Obviously nothing crazy, but like, are we allowed to say the F word
I
or
guess
no?
I think as long as it's
The
those
like
slurs, I think it's
like
fine.
fuck, like fuck, not the other one. We don't say that one.
He said as long as there's no slurs.
Yeah, as long as there's
Yeah,
no
okay.
slurs, no immediate
Hey,
actions towards like a group or anything like that.
I
But
can
like,
say, yo, the furries can't stand them.
Exactly.
Honestly.
but we're missing a person now.
Yes, Joey hasn't arrived, but I also like I know like Chelsea mentioned
Yes,
um
to go. Yeah.
she has to go at
Yeah,
9, so I just want to make sure that we
So we
start
gotta
on
speed
time.
run this shit
Yeah.
so
Speed run.
Chelsea can
Let's go.
talk
Let's
as
go.
much shit. She gotta talk as much shit as possible before she leaves.
yeah,
Alright.
that's fair enough. I would not blame you.
Hey, so I want to start with first of all, good night everyone. Good night, CZI, Dark, and Chelsea. Welcome to ET's podcast. How you guys are doing tonight?
I'm
And
chilling.
Yeah. I don't know who the question was for, but I am straight chilling tonight. Just got back home. So yeah, ready for some cam flame power
Whoa,
rankings.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Talk about them.
Calm down, sir. Calm down, sir. We're not flaming anyone here. We're
oh,
just
I am,
oh.
but I
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
care
Yeah.
if you
You can
guys.
go off.
I mean,
Like,
I'm down to
you care for it.
talk some smack, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, true. All right. All right.
I mean, I'm not trying to be aggressive, okay? I'm just trying to lay out the truths, right?
As I
Mhm.
said before, I am.
Nice. So first, actually, so I want to first go into like, I don't want to spend too much time talking on the teams, but if you guys know these guys, I definitely want to get your input on them because I don't know most of people on the league, right?
Mhm.
So I just want to get like a good idea for our audience, whoever's on the chat, whoever's gonna join in, so we can know what to expect from each team. One thing that's good that Aegis staff did was they separated the teams into their own groups slash conferences. So we're gonna start with Hackstack, and the very first is going Boostus with some interesting names, as I think they're the tier 3 team on Aegis their group their roster show. I think they were like tier like the top 3 in terms of number of points based on the ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys? So just to lay out their starter roster is Oprah Winfrey, Witch of Black Mess, Kreutz, I think, Boostus, and Definite Lesbian. That's their roster.
Uh, I
Ah.
think CCI goes first.
Oh, okay. I'll go first. I scripted this team like I think maybe like a month ago. The roster was different. It used to have trucks on it. Now it don't. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think the jungler and the top laner are kind of just like okay. I think this team is depending on boosters to be good, and I don't
Yeah.
know how him and the definite lesbian pair up with each other because I haven't seen them play together. But if those two are not doing anything, then this team is literally just going to be like another IBS team, maybe in terms of skill. I hope not, but
Yeah. We so one thing that I mentioned on my video for the power rankings, we'd actually spent a lot of the last couple months screaming against going boosters. They did have a different team, yes. I remember Church was there when we were screaming with back with the Titans team. Um, I think they changed their mid and support because I don't remember them. I believe Kyugar was the actual starter. Um, I think their mid lane here is looking way stronger than before. But overall, I think this is a really good team. I'm sure they're gonna get playoffs because I think that's the minimal expectations this team. Um, but I feel like if you want to go against Boosters, I think you need to target Boosters himself. The man himself, I think he's very good. But if he's just behind, I think it's easier for the team to crumble. My opinion, obviously. But
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not particularly familiar with the names on this roster, and unfortunately, that's going to be a bit of a theme for the league. For context, I'm the quote unquote official like power ranking writer or whatever, but I've been writing for Plat for the past 2 splits, so this is also a good learning opportunity for me to learn about the teams. I've think I've heard the name Boostus. I mean, I've coached teams that have scrimmed against the jungler, I believe, which have Black Mass. I think they weren't very impressive, if I have to be perfectly honest. Nothing really.
Oh my god.
Nothing
Hey,
really.
talk that.
I mean, it is what it is, right?
Right.
But it's also like half the time I was coaching Gold, I was coaching Kaiden, so it's like I don't know how
Ooh.
much.
Yo, Jesus.
Maybe it's just
Damn.
like master player cap. I don't know. This team was like I think 40 points, which is like third seed overall. But compare them to like Dynasty Ruby or like the other 40 points teams, and it like doesn't seem like it stacks up. Like I don't think they're gonna be bad, but I think they aren't like top 3 as points would suggest.
Gotcha. Nice, nice. I love to hear everything. I think getting the different perspective is great, especially because I probably only know maybe 10% at max of everyone in the league. So getting this view from everybody is it's just awesome. What about you, Dark? What are your thoughts? Give me
Well,
something.
I feel like going boosters. Like I definitely know some of these names, like Oprah Winfrey. Cruz was playing in BOL last time, and then boosters was practicing with trucks as CZI said, and I'm surprised they went ahead with Definite Lesbian. I think Definite Lesbian was also playing in BOL. I think DZG. Somebody correct me, but yeah, I think this team has a lot of potential for sure. Like their mid laner crits did really good in BOL, and I think which had Black Mass went to ZZG finals, and that's what Ivar said. So if somebody has to correct him. Um, which is pretty good because he did it in Plat League, not in Gold League. So he's
Oh,
definitely
okay.
of a high
Mhm.
caliber player.
Maybe
Cheers.
try to
And
glow up.
yeah, and then Boostus, I've played against him. I've scrimmed against him. We've had plenty of back and forth, so I definitely believe in him. But I think this team really needs to put their. I know the name is going boosters, but they gotta like put their eggs in every basket because all of them look really good when it comes down to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
One thing I just want to add real quick that Ivor mentioned on the chat. Um, yes. So Witcher Black Mass, he was in the Going Ghost Ascendant team, and they made to the finals of ZGG Plat this spring.
Yeah.
The team was very different from
Yeah.
Boosters.
So
Very
it
different.
was a totally different team. I ended up
But
watching
he
the
did made
finals
it.
because one of my friends was on that team. The mid laner was one of my friends, and I saw the whole game, and they had a really close game against Con Gaming, like close series. But it was definitely I don't know. I can't blame them. So, but it was really good. So I
Just
I,
say it, bro. What do you like? Come on. How you gonna lead
no,
us
I'm just
on?
saying. I'm just saying that if he did that well in the Plat League, I'm pretty sure he's gonna give like all the other gold players here a run for their money. But yeah, I no flame from me yet.
All right.
Come on,
So
man.
the next team is Conduit Esports Kraken.
Mm.
There's also a tier 1 team out of the Aegis draft system. This team has top lane the Trash Panda, jungle Hailite, middle Merciful Crow, bottom Kiora, and support Ipsy. Just a reminder for you guys who don't know, Kiora and Ipsy, they were in that finals from Titans like a month or so ago.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess I'll go first. I have very high hopes for this team. I think I made like a preliminary power rankings that I haven't released yet. I'm gonna do some more work on it, but I think this team is like a top 3 team for sure. I think I recognize a lot more names on this team. Trash Panda, Crow, Kiora, especially very good players. I don't really know of their jungler, like I've never seen the name before, but I think as long as they're like vaguely competent, right? It's like they have the pieces around them, right? Like it's pretty hard to mess this one up. So
Okay.
I have very high hopes for this team.
Chelsea said, just get on the backpack and get carried.
Yo, literally.
An int.
Ah,
Yeah, go ahead, Suzy.
all right, so boom. So Panda said, I know Panda. I'm not cool with him. I'm a bit of team with him. I was on my first AGL team with him. I talked to him all the time. He told me back in his collegiate days that he wanted. I think he either won a chip or he made finals as a top laner. So maybe he's gonna turn back the wheels of time and bring that energy to Kraken. Who knows? Crow, she's improved so much over the past year. She's definitely one of the better mids at AGL, in my opinion. And I mean, the mid pool doesn't look exceptionally crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I mean, top 5 is top 5. She's probably top 3 in my opinion. Kiora Yipsy, probably top 2, probably top 1 duos bot lane in this entire league. They were destroying Divinity, and then they got the finals, and then yeah, that happened. But no,
What
they're
happened
they're.
exactly?
I mean, my pickums were correct.
Okay.
So
I mean,
my
CCI
pickums,
never misses, man. He's never missed in his
Never
I
missed
try. I
He's
try.
never missed in his life.
I try my best, you know. But they're consistently one of the best pairings. They work really well together. If you give them 30 minutes, shit, even less, like 25, they'll take over the game by themselves. They'll carry their entire team, whether the team is like barely breathing or whatever. They'll get them there.
I think
The one thing.
one important thing to note about Kyora's pool is that he can play like AB champs, like specifically Seraphine. I think in like low, like gold leagues, that is
Mhm.
like a skill to have because the champs are like not the most mechanically intensive, but it seems like
Yeah.
every low AD carry just has like some aversion to playing AP champs
Oh my. Oh.
when they're absolutely like overpowered and no Luxon's Zir does not count. But
I mean, you let them cook. Nah, if you're not playing AP champs, you're not cooking enough. But yeah, their jungler, I don't know enough about him. I think that's the biggest question mark of that team. I feel like jungle is such an important role nowadays. Your jungler has to be at least somewhat human, just so you all can get like somewhat of a lead. Like his champ pool, I see the Lee Sins up there, so that's kind of like ah.
Listen is really strong this patch. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
this
He's
patch
really
in
I
strong.
mean,
gold.
he's him, bro. This guy must be in sec. I believe. I say it.
I believe he's a 73% win rate on that Lee Sin, so he has to be disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
If
Yeah,
But
that
Outrage
hey,
makes
can win on Lee Sin, then surely anyone can, right?
win? Do we have to pull up his OP? But yeah, I mean, their team is definitely top 3. I think I'd be surprised if they're lower than top 3 at all in this league. But yeah, they
Yeah,
should have this in the bag.
for me, Kraken is. I think they're gonna like my expectation on this team is to be at least semifinals. That's how strong they are. Um, and one thing that I feel like is like I think this team is so strong that is gonna elevate individual plays. For example, I feel like um, Crow is gonna be a much more impactful mid laner on this team with these guys. So I think you can expect a lot coming from her, and obviously Cure and Ipsy are spectacular in lane. I've had the chance to meet Kiora on the previous podcast, and very cool, chill dude. So
Mhm.
I feel like this team has potential to go so far in the league, and honestly, I want to see. So we just screamed them like last Friday. I want to see an official match between Kraken and ETS, like with
Mm.
when there are high stakes. That's what I want to see.
Mm.
Winner takes all, that kind of
Preach.
stuff.
Sweet.
See that.
Uh, for me personally, I've played against Kiora a fair amount. Like I've played him in a quarterfinal series. I've played him like normally scrims and other I think tournament. And I definitely know like he's one of the better ADCs out there. And in this league especially, like definitely top 3 if I have to say. But as a duo, Kira and Yipsy were really, really strong in Titan. And on this team especially, I feel like because Crow and Panda can be the support that probably they were missing before, that, as CZI said, if you give them 30 minutes, 25 minutes, you're always gonna farm up a storm. He's always like 10 CS a minute, so he's gonna have like 4 items by then. And if the Crow and Panda can control their lanes properly and just support these two players, mid game team fights, they're like pretty unbeatable. But that's where the if is, if Panda and Crow can actually defend against these other mid and top laners, because Panda is, I think, rule swapping back to top lane, as CZ was saying before. But I don't know how much of top lane has he played recently to be able to compete against people like CZI, right? So that's going to be a big question mark, but it's also going to be like, oh, give him a supportive champion and put him on like something like an ore or something, and then just like Kiora carry. But if the team finds that out and they're able to play around it and like just focus Panda, then the team can be doom or gloom. So definitely for me, definitely a quarterfinals team, if not semis. So yeah, I don't know about anything about the jungler either. So I don't know this guy.
But we all agree.
Yeah. Seems like he's a mid lane main, and he's playing jungle, so that's interesting.
Man,
Alright.
this is the Phil League, bro. I'm telling you.
It's
Oh yeah, there. Well, again, going by OPGGs, there's a lot field there, but people in the chat, in the AGL chat, they're saying I'm not a field, I'm not a field. So I just want to see the action, right? I want to see the action. So let me see if I can do this properly. Okay. Going for the
do your
third
best.
team.
aha. Whoa.
Oh.
Bro, I just saw the screen. I was like, whoa.
What was it?
Alright.
Team Shadowfrost Dominion. Now, this is a team that I know nothing about. They go with CC 3025 in the top lane. Jungle, they got TSF CAD, middle Levi, bottom Nicktoons, and support Halox Gears. So, good luck scouting. I don't know these people, so I'll let you guys
Yeah.
talk.
It's a good luck.
There is no way.
Who wants to go first? I'll go first.
Go ahead.
So my team has scrimmed it before. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm not gonna like leak the results, but their team used to look a little different. I know they played in the last season of AGL with a completely different roster, minus the top lane. They made round the 12 and they got destroyed by Litmon. So I don't know if that's what told them to blow up the entire roster and switch it around, but I guess that's whatever. Their top laner, ever I see his name, I always think he's one of those boosted Chinese accounts, like because like I just can't like the CC 3025. It's just like I want to know about the inspiration behind the name. It just always gets me. And the rest of them, I mean, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna try to improve upon last season, and last season they went like 4-3. So I mean, you can either go up or you can go down. And I mean, if you go down, that means down there with the IBS teams.
Oh.
That takes skill to be down there. So I mean, you could do better than 4-3, right? I hope so, but I think they could pull it out. They got a pretty interesting team. They can play a lot of different styles, it seems.
Yeah, I'm looking at they're in the Hextech group, so I definitely think they're gonna be able to you know have a chance to make it to playoff. I don't think that they're gonna have many issues from what I saw real quick on OPGG, but I think they're gonna be fighting for those qualifying spots.
Yeah, I think TSF has had the decent amount of rosters here and there, but I've yet to see a roster that's
Good.
like calls to me and be like, oh yeah, we're definitely quarterfinalist caliber team, and this doesn't speak to me either. I don't know. I feel like their support mate is a mid main. The support player is a mid main, or kind of like. He plays a decent amount of supports, but he's been playing a lot of mid. I don't know what's up with that. And then I've not heard about anybody else, so can't really say anything unless we get some games and see how they perform, and yeah, going from there. But they have a feudal who played in AGL last split, and then he climbed out. Who's I think coach, and their team runner, as you can see on the stream. He's a good ADC player, but I don't know how much of that can he give to Nicktoons and make him the carry for the team.
Nice. Now moving to our very first IBS team of the review,
Let's go.
SG Dark Matter.
This is hype.
The goats.
Top lane Rotu, jungle Final Captain, middle SG Queen Frost, bottom Sociopath Soul, support Jake Verde.
I see. Yeah, I know you wanted to speak about
You
it.
already see it.
Go
Yes,
right
guy. What do you got? What do you got for us?
Man,
ahead.
I mean, their top player is bronze 1 right now, so he deranked.
Nah.
I don't want to be an ass, but like, I'm like, damn, son. Like, all right, like in his OP, he's like an Irelia player with like a little bit of other like low mechanical champion. So it's like interesting. Their jungler plays a lot of carries. The mid laner, it says they're a support player.
Yeah.
That's cool. Their ADC seems like the best player on the team. They play a lot of Zarya, which she was good. I don't know how that's gonna be now, but you know, if they're it seems good with any games, he's gonna have to be like that. It's like Cure Light, maybe. I don't know, like Cure Diet, maybe. Like he's gonna have to do everything.
Yeah.
And then the support plays a lot of like Rel and Renata Glass. So I mean, I like Renata Glass. That's cool. You know,
Like, the support has a decent amount of like her
yeah,
win rates are really good.
really good KDAs too.
Yeah. Well, I have some information about this team. So I was talking
Ooh.
to the top laner, I think a few days ago, and then he was talking about how their team was winning flat level scrims. And I am stop laughing. I am
I was coughing. I
I
got
was
asthma.
interested. I was interested, and I reached out to him and I asked him about the scrims, and he did play a few gold players that I do recognize. So obviously, I will take his word for it and see how it how they perform overall in this league. I just by looking at their OP.GGs, I don't think they're gonna give any like too much of a competition to anybody. I as you said, like if they're gonna win any games or like take even like one game off a series, then the the bot lane has to go crazy, which we have a decent amount of bot lanes in this league that they're really good. So what oh, they're in the first division. So yeah, I don't know about the first division bot lanes, but we definitely have other bot lanes that are much better. So it's going to be really hard for them.
Yeah. I mean, did you ask him if he was okay after demoting to bronze 1?
I
feel like-
listen. I didn't ask. I didn't actually check it. I haven't checked their OP.GGs.
Nah,
And
bro.
Savage.
listen. I will take their word. It's like innocent until proven guilty. So we'll have to see how they play against gold players because they said they were doing good against plat players. So like I played in a plat league, I got punched around, and I'm back here in gold. So yeah, good luck.
Hey, I'm all for the storylines, bro. I'm all for SG Dark Matter just becoming the dark horse team that starts smurfing at everybody. They have to beat the comp rule allegations. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Oh,
true.
they're smurfing. Nah, they're not smurfing. They're just better. You
Yeah.
know?
And then
I
they can say you got beaten up by a bronze one player. So
Yeah, Roach can say, "Yo, I went from silver 2 to bronze 1. I'm different. I survived the trials and tribulations. You know,
Yeah.
I'm all for it. These are the new goats. I
My
hope they do good.
my comments on SG Dark Matter is uh they have like they have multiple field positions, right? They have a support playing mid, based on the PGG, obviously, and they have an AD carry playing as support. Now, even so, the thing is, the people play on their main roles outside the 80. Oh wait, hold on. This OPGG is completely different from the. Oh no, it's not. Okay, I got confused for a second.
You're right there, bro.
Yeah. So
there's
only
too
the
many screens open for him.
yeah, exactly. Only the ADC for me is looking like with a good OPGG, so it's gonna be really hard to see like how they can really perform. Um, so yeah, at the end of the day, they're the last place for me. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Did you
Yeah,
have
for
anything to add, Chelsea?
Yeah,
Sorry, we
Chelsea. What you
cut
got to
off.
say, Chelsea?
My condolences.
Thanks.
Look, we should be rooting for the IBS teams, not praying their downfall. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We should be
We
like,
don't want to be. We got to be the big bros, not the bullies. All right. Whoever's the first team to lose to SG is going to be depressed, but we got to be there for everybody.
I mean, I hope they win because it makes my articles like a lot funnier, right? Like I get to just hit on a team for like 2 paragraphs on how they lost to an IBS team.
damn.
It's not that they needed a new home, bro. IBS was here, then they got like tactical nuked, and then it was just like
Chelsea
GG, bro.
actively preying on your guys' downfall. You see that?
Literally.
All right.
Chelsea's here for content, dude. We know
I
she's
am
here
just
for.
here for content. I'm just here to start shit. I have no horse in this race besides Lexington losing. That would be very
Stop.
funny.
That's my team. Don't do that to me.
Don't worry, we're almost there, CZI. We're almost there.
Can you skip over Ruby, please?
So I'm gonna bring here now. Going over PF Dreadnoughts. This team, I think, is from the Pewtover Finances org. We actually recently scrimmed them. They had some changes in mint and support.
How'd scrims go?
But the scrims went pretty one-sided. So I don't think they're bad. I think they're like mid pack of the league. I think Chaotix and maybe Trages, they have the potential maybe to do something different for PF Dreadnoughts because Baby is a new mid laner for them, I believe. So basically, I think they're gonna be like mid pack overall, but they will have like some potential to fight for playoffs. But I don't expect to see them going too far off in playoffs.
Oh man, this org is interesting. I mean, they had the one team in like Titan who was like
Oh yeah,
what, like 7-1 or something crazy, or like undefeated in regular season. They got the playoffs and they got like
they got
dog
3-0.
walked, like literally. Everyone like, and then the cast was like, "Oh, this is the biggest upset in history," and everyone was like, "Nah, it really wasn't," but whatever.
I mean, to
Yeah,
be fair, they lost a lot of people. They sent like jungle, I think support. They sent a lot of people away between the end of the regular season and that playoff. But still, they were 7-0 and they got destroyed by 3-0.
yeah, that was fun. That was cool to watch. Yeah, they had a team into AGL last season too. They went 2-5, so I guess this team is coming in to avenge their brothers. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it well, but they're gonna try, and that's the fun part. Their top laner plays a lot of tanks. You love to see it. The jungler, he has a lot of 80 carries, so I'm pretty sure he's wolf swapped. Praying for you, my brother. Mid lane, he plays Akali and he plays Orin. We love tanks mid. We love that.
Oh yeah.
ADC,
Oh,
eh,
he's a Akali one trick.
yeah, 170 games on Akali. Other 14, Orin. Forge God privilege. Telling
But
you.
he's like 220 games and 170 of those games are Akali. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like range champs? Nah, we don't like those. Melees? Flavor of the month for real.
Mages.
Mages? What the fuck is that? Never heard of those. And then their bot lane is just two ADC mains dicking around. So
I was gonna say this. Like, what's better than one ADC main? It's having two ADC mains.
yeah,
Exactly.
they gotta have
Not
like
true.
support.
We're all
Kalista.
mentally ill.
They have two ADC mains. Wait, they have two ADC mains, and both of them play a lot of like their most played is Kai'Sa.
Yeah, they're gonna
That's
flex
crazy.
the Kai'Sa around.
Shit,
This
support
team's,
Kai'Sa coming in.
this team's definition is gonna be one day at a fucking time. Because I
Yeah.
swear,
It's
it's
gonna-
gonna be.
It's gonna be Kai'Sa Twitch bot lane. That's what's gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate that. Okay, I think this team is so predictable that unless they're like hiding something that we can't see possibly, like it should be just super easy to like streamload this team because the top lane plays a lot of Shen, and then Malphite just ban Shen. It has double the amount of games, and then Akali player is one trick Akali, and their bot lane is 280 carries. So as long as you're not like actively trying to lose the game and draft like normally, I don't think you should be losing to them. but obviously we can't really say much because I can't really say much because there's like I don't know anybody on this team. Last time we played them in scrims was with Espada top and a different mid laner. So I think they downgraded from Espada and then they, I guess technically downgraded from mid lane because they now got a one trick mid laner.
Yeah.
Or did they downgrade? Who knows?
I think you overestimate gold team's abilities to draft on their own.
Yes.
I think this ban there, guys. You see
let
the
me-
number, big number ban.
No, let me tell you something. There's this one thing about gold that you could never predict. It's called ego. There's teams are gonna lose. It's gonna be like, all right, this guy's best champion's Akali.
Let him
Fuck this
have it.
guy. I'm better than him. Leave it up. 12-0 Akali. Well,
Yeah.
shit.
Okay,
My
but like
bad, boys. That's on me.
170 games Akali with like below 50% win rate. So I think you can leave it up.
Bro, if they have
It'll
the
be
below
fine.
50% win
That's how
rate,
they
they
get
either
you.
they're either really good or they're bad.
That's how
That's
they
the
get
ego. That's the ego. You go like,
Uh,
yeah, it's not even 50%, boys. It's 49. Just let it
Guys,
be.
it's not even 50. We clear. I promise you.
It
Oh
is sad.
man, I love this elo. It's so funny.
I think if you're talking about weird how this team's gonna draft, I imagine how Forsaken Deity is gonna draft. So this team
Jesus.
is a Shogat one trick top,
No.
right?
Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
god.
this
Yeah,
team.
it
It
is.
is a new support one trick. He has a
No, wait, does he actually play a Nunu support
No,
or
it's not
is
even due to support. It's due to jungle,
I
and
oh
then
he's
like
jungle? Yeah. No, he
I
plays
think
some Nunu
I don't
support.
know. I feel like he does play some new support as well.
He does, he
If
does,
he
he
has
does.
if he has the chance, he will pick it. You know.
I
Yeah.
want a team to leave it up, and I want to see him actually play it in the game.
You know what? Whoever gets streamed
I'm-
against these guys, you have to leave it up one game.
Yes, you have to leave it up, or you're not doing it for the content. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
But the other thing that I want to really say is outside the Twitch notice, all of these guys and maybe the Kudo, all of these guys haven't played ranked games in pretty much over a month. So I think they will start mid pack. May have a chance to grow from there, but I think they might struggle in the beginning since they haven't really played the game in a while. So that's the only thing that I'm a bit concerned for this team. But overall, I do think they have the potential to actually do relatively okay in the league.
I think that we are underestimating the power of the hyperbolic time chamber that is ARAM. Look, everybody knows that if you're not playing ranked, you're playing ARAM religiously. So I bet you these guys are ARAM gamers, and they're about to come into this league with a vengeance. Um,
I mean,
their mid plays a lot of Azir, so
they
telling you,
are
man.
on the other group, so if they do that, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that too. But I'm like, hey, I'm all here for it. You know, it's gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see how good these guys are because, like I said, they're either gonna be really good, really bad, or like I don't know, comparable because their games are bad low. And this is gonna be for some reason like, yo, this guy's playing too good tonight. I didn't know he could play Irelia, but he's a Cho'Gath main. Oh, it's like I
Yeah,
didn't know he could
he's
play
not
the
even
game.
like the second highest get played top player is Yorick, but that's like fifth. What? Like he
Simon,
doesn't play any top laners except
seems like
Cho'Gath.
these scare me, bro. How am I gonna draft against this? I gotta worry about the doo now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The mid laner does seem pretty good though.
Yeah, he plays
A lot of Azir and a lot of ASOL, but there's like decent KDAs, a really good win rates across the board actually. So
Yeah.
might need a smart check on that guy, but other than that, like it's going to be actually really funny if they do pull out the new support, and I don't even care if they win. Like at that point,
That
as long as you
guy's
play it, that's just content. Um, and I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna let him have Cho'Gath, so it's gonna be interesting on what he can play that's not on his account. And I, the one thing that kind of scares me, like double ADC bot lane, it's fine, but when you have a jungler getting autofilled who doesn't play jungle at all, that's kind of weird. And this team has one, so it's going to be interesting to see how he adapts from playing top lane, because he's a top laner who has more top lane champions than their top laner. So it's kind of interesting if he's able to like perform in the jungle, which again, I think there's like a lot of good junglers in this league, so there's definitely gonna be a really tough competition.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't have like I don't have anything bad against Forsaken. I just think they're like on a weird spot where they might do really well, they might not do well, they might do okay, they might do really bad. It is like a who knows land. That's my feeling towards this team mostly.
They're gonna be one of those teams where you gotta check what they played the past 2 seasons, not what they played this season, to get
Yeah.
a read on them. That's like the worst part.
Now going to the interesting stuff, we're gonna enter the Chemtech team or group, and the first team we're gonna talk about is our lovely Dynasty Ruby.
Oh.
I'm not
Oh.
speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we let CCI speak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't let me
people-
speak.
I'll just
I'll
say
just
one
listen.
thing. I'll just say
Yeah.
one thing. This is not coming from me. I do not
Whoa.
share these thoughts, but CCI, this team is being said or people talk about it as of the Elo Seers. I do not
I agree.
I do
agree.
not share the
that's
same
a-
thoughts, but I
That's a
just
sinful
wanna.
word. That's a sinful word.
I
We
know,
play
I know, I
ranked.
know. So that's why I just wanna start with that. But outside that, I do think two people comes into my mind, right? Because we've seen you guys play CZI and Reboot. I got solo killed by CZI 3 times, although I did have a 20 CS leading lane for a mid laner, so there's that.
CS is unimportant, baby. We're all about gameplay. We're all about kills.
Outside that, also Reboot Van really good, solid laner. I like the way he plays and very safe, and he also plays a lot of scaling champs. I wish I could have seen more of him from Divinity League, but I I haven't had the chance to see much of Luxudian. I think he plays only a couple games in Titans, and also play on the Wars. I didn't have a chance to see him. Now, I would love to see more of your games, and I'm actually looking forward for our week 4, which I'll talk more about this later on. So I'll leave to you.
Yeah. I guess for like full context, I have this team ranked as number 1 in my preseason power rankings, and that is not going to change. However, I'm gonna list off a bunch of reasons why this team sucks. All right. First off, starting with Reboot Card, aka Smurf Jones, aka Worm Jones. This dude can play like 2 champions. All right. Every single time. I'm not gonna tell you which 2 champions because that would be unfair. But he can only play a few champions. So Worm Jones, he is he's a bit of a he'll say he's not a draft liability, but every time I've drafted against him, we've just banned his champs and he hasn't won. Yeah, also as Trash Panda says, he will just randomly die at enemy buffs, so if you ever need a 300 gold cash infusion in your jungle, Worm Jones is your guy. Next, Reboot Van Cody McLean. This dude
Ooh.
also sucks. At League and at Fortnite. I could totally beat him in
my
Fortnite
God.
1v1.
No way you just said that.
No way, I just said that. Next, Luxodon. This dude plays a 0 ADC in ranked. I have watched this dude run it down so
Leaks?
many games. So
What do you
many games.
mean? Stop linking our attack,
What
dude.
do you
Come
mean stop linking
on.
your attack? If
Stop
they ban
linking
it,
attack.
if they ban it, that's better
Oh
for your
my
chances
God.
of winning.
But you don't get it. It's a mental boom against Lux. Like, stop. Like, please don't ban Azir.
And then that CZI guy, I mean, he
Yeah.
couldn't even win Titan on Dorado Gaming. What was your team called?
Piss. Sigh.
Yeah, Dorado Gaming Sai. And if you lose on a Dorado team, that must mean you suck. That play on words, dude, he's
Oh,
pretty cool.
sorry.
I like
Sorry.
him. He's pretty good.
What? Everybody else is dog water, but then they remove wards? Yeah, that guy's pretty chill. All right, dude. Remember, look, Cody McLean got that pencil gun against you in scrims. Remember that? We're just forgetting about that. Whatever.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, I had to lane with my boy P Potts. He's good at TFT, but not for Cal.
Look, It's whatever, man. We the worst team in this league.
Damn.
Right.
that was a lot of
Oh
information.
god.
I'm still writing it down. But for sure, the eel saying, like everybody,
No.
like get them comp ruled or something.
What do you
Anyways,
mean? Y'all
I
had that
need my
chance.
chance of winning to be better. So you need to get comp ruled or something. Anyways, I have played against CZI, played against Reboot One, not played against Luxiton, but I've heard about him a lot, and like the general consensus is that he's really good at ADC. Obviously, I haven't seen it because I haven't played against him, but I will take everybody's word for that. And I did play on wards in a scrim recently, and he's a pretty chill dude. Um,
Excuse me.
so I don't know how he's fitting with the team with CZI, who's like hyper.
Huh?
But other than that, like everybody in their role is like for sure top 2 or 3. So this team, if like they don't make the finals, like there's something wrong going on. But that's the problem with like super teams, because I think this is one of the super teams where if they don't like synergize well and just have like a mental block about something or a team or a player, then things could go bad. But other than that, like on paper, like they should just be the winners, right? Like if you had to be like, oh, who's winning this league? You'd be like, yeah, this team looks kind of stacked. So
Look, let me speak my piece about my team, all right?
yeah,
Let
get
me
going.
let me clear the air, all right? This team, we've been playing together since about like April. We've been playing together for a minute now, all right?
Damn.
We have done a lot of scrims, so we've developed a bit of synergy, not a lot, because these guys stress me out every goddamn day. But I love them. They're really nice people. They're really fun to play with. Um, our jungler is good lord. He's a personality. He is probably one of the most confusing people I've ever dealt with, ever, in the scene. But I love him. He's a great guy. All these players are really good, and they're just trying their best. It takes Luxdid 2,000 games to rank up, so he's trying his best. He just hit plat. Congratulations. Yeah, we're just trying to play and have some fun. AGL's a fun place. We're just trying to put our best foot forward and have a great time. You feel me? I'm a great PR person.
Oh yeah. You speak well, man. You speak well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I
I
try
mean,
my best.
as much shit as I just talked, I think this team is still the best team in the league, and I just want to get in their head so it's a little more fair for the other teams.
Chelsea,
Hey man,
fucking.
we appreciate that. We appreciate that.
I'll be sending you a really strongly worded email later about this bullshit.
Yeah, and it's going
Slid.
straight to the fucking trash.
Disgusting.
All right. So after Ruby, we also got a pretty stacked team. I mean, at least the book cover, right? I don't know the persons inside Worth. We actually would have had Joey today here with us, but she has some issues and couldn't show up. But I still do think that this is a pretty good team. Looking more on the top side, like top mid, I think these are the players to watch out for Worth. And I think if they have the chance to play their game, I think they can definitely, you know, make a Rufus on this group, the Chemtech group, and the Industrial Conference. So I'm looking forward to see how much Worth is gonna, show, because I think they have the potential to be a lot higher than I personally ranked.
What did you personally rank them?
I believe put them at 11th place.
No, right.
Mhm.
I think they're definitely top 10. I think on
Yeah.
paper, especially, like they look like a team that can break the top 10. But my biggest question mark would be the silver 2 support. The support is like an easy role, so it doesn't really matter who's playing it. But it seems like they don't play your traditional engage champions. They play like a mix of they play Jarvan, Shen. I think it's like a jungler, or maybe he plays that in support, which would be interesting. And everybody else on the team seems like decent. They do have like a lot of solo queue games this season alone, so they're definitely not elo setting. Um, hey, listen, they have 500 games on the mid lane,
What'd you say?
and
Subs? Question mark?
no, I'm saying that the mid laner has almost like more than 500 games, so there's no way like she's elo setting. Thank God she's not here. I was, my bad. And the ADC has goddamn 700 games, bro. Calm down. What is this? And a lot of those games are on Kaisa. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Yeah, but
Before you
definitely,
continue, Dark, let me just say this
yeah,
real quick. On the current patch 13.13, there has been 1 million games with Kaisa on it. So
yeah. And this guy
just
is making
FYI.
a lot of the majority.
Just
Um,
FYI.
but no, I mean this is just the paper though, right? Like if he's played 700 games of ADC, he's definitely should be competent at it. So, like, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this team performs, but just because it's a big question mark, I don't think a lot of people know about them. Like, I don't know any player on this team. Like, I've not heard about them. I've not seen them play. So, for me, it's like a brand new roster to potentially look forward to playing against. But they'd have to like prove themselves going against Ruby, especially in this division. And if they beat Ruby, then damn, bro. But other than that, like this whole Chemtech division is pretty stacked, like except for the few teams. But yeah,
We'll get
they
there.
they have good competition for like to prove themselves and show us if they're worthy. There you go. From
Oh, I like the
apologies.
wordplay.
Yeah.
Come on, Chelsea, what you got to say?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They're like some point all the randoms end up blending together. I think their ADC was talking in like
He
AGL
was.
general.
He was.
Apparently he was like diamond at some point.
Huh?
Like way back when.
But he has
Oh,
like 700 games, bro.
so
Oh
he's
yeah,
old.
I think it's washed
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Oh, season 7, yeah.
Which I mean, like, listen, I can relate to being washed up, so we have that in common, right? But I mean, good luck. You were diamond in season 7, and you're not good in a gold league. Might want to reevaluate the thing or two. I don't know.
Right.
That's my personal suggestion. Do what you want. Don't let me tell you how to live your life. Good luck. Also, I think Worth is a weird team name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a. What is it supposed to be? Like just worth?
Yeah,
Worth
worth,
Worth.
what?
man. Worth.
It's worth.
It's worth. I mean, I
It
guess
worth.
every time they make a play, it's like it's worth. Doesn't matter how the
Exactly.
play is.
I think
Alright.
this team is decent, though. I think their mid lane is definitely like one of the bright spots in their team. I think their
Yep.
champ pool is really looks good. Looks pretty solid. A lot of games in Ari, which is like, all right. I like Ari a lot. Very fun champion. The jungler, really solid pool. Their team just looks like a really solid team that looks like they play like a standard front to back, which is like, hey, can't go wrong with that. I hope. So I look forward to playing against them eventually.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be very very interesting. I think there's so many interesting matches on this Chemtech group that I'm so excited to see.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, like since I can't play, I'm gonna have to watch from the bench. And not even from the bench, just from the sides, hoping Dark doesn't imp me.
Just pull a
Oh,
chitin, dude.
you get ready, brother.
I'm
I
just
don't think
kidding.
I'm legally allowed to endorse pulling a kite in on stream. Sorry.
No, no,
For
no.
legal purposes, that was a joke.
Yeah. No, no,
Please
no, no.
do on play.
I,
Don't hit
I
my
can't
team.
I can't play on AGL anymore, so that's on me. Since
Wink.
Yeah.
I'm just managing these guys, make sure that they do good stuff.
Good
Um,
stuff.
now the next team on the list here is our lovely
Ah.
Solar team. Now we haven't had the our sheet here hasn't been updated. So I guess I need to open a ticket to make sure that the changes were actually done. But here Our top lane is not Gideon. Our top lane is our sub Bagut. And our support is not Fallen. It's actually Trucks. Um,
It is trucks still. Oh wait, you guys got trucks now?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
Oh,
So after the draw show, I put in the changes, but it hasn't been computed yet. I spoke with Trucks to make sure that he spoke with Elysium team because he was a sub or a reserve there. And then he just sent me confirmation. So I'm just waiting for it to get updated, but it should be Bagut top and Truck support.
I have a question.
Yes.
How, as a responsible org owner, have you let Brayden play mid lane on one of your teams?
Wait, who?
Outrage.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
irresponsible, Cam.
Goddamn.
okay. So here's the thing: when he was looking for a team, and I did so when he posted he was looking for a team, right? I didn't reach out to him immediately because he was like he was looking to play mid and not top, and I actually wanted him to play top. But I was like, you know what? I tried also. The thing is, I also had another mid laner in mind that I was trying out for the team, and we tried to get him to AGL, but he was not able to. He
Yeah.
was yeeted, so they didn't allow him to come back. So and when I saw Outrage playing, I was like, he is pretty good. He has been playing pretty well against all the scrims that we had. So I was like, he's good. He's not bad. And some of the latest scrim that we had recently, he was like really, really well, and he was the best player performing on our team, I think. So I'm pretty happy having Poppy as our mid laner, to be honest. So if that's a bad decision, I guess I will find out. But
I have been working with Outrage for at least like half a year now.
I'm
Great
sorry.
guy. I love him. Just kidding. He sucks. No, but I do wish him success on this team. I don't really know anyone else on the team. I think the AD carriers in this call. Hi, what's popping?
I'm just random. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It seems that you guys swapped your top lane for someone who is rank locked at silver 1. So that obviously is a risky decision. I mean, I believe in them. You believe in them. So really, like, that's all that matters,
Yes.
right?
We're working with him. Actually, I'm having like one-on-ones with him. He has been pretty solid so far in terms of fundamentals and all that stuff. Obviously, he still has a lot to learn, and
Going to the Cam 1v1 training. Okay.
but we've been talking, so I definitely want to bring him up to speed because I think he does have potential to, do well enough. And because I think for those that played and watched Titans, Technics, Outrage, and Dark, I think these having these core of the team, I think is gonna make a lot of difference. And as long as we have a stable top laner there, I think it's gonna fit well the team. So I'm really excited to watch these guys play and let the world see ETS because it's our first time playing Aegis. So really excited to be here, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I don't know where I had you guys initially. I guess I had you guys somewhere towards the middle of the pack, but definitely picking up trucks would probably raise you probably somewhere to around like the 6 to 8 range on my list.
Relax.
I'll take those. I'll take
No.
those.
Hey. The law of PEMDAS. You put a Civil War top later, so you gotta take away that part. It evens itself out. So you gotta leave them in the middle of the pack for now. I'm just giving you the source.
But to me, like both top laners are random, so it like evens out.
Yeah, but look, silver looks different than gold, though. So I'm just saying.
I mean, we're swapping a random with a random, and then a random with trucks. And I think trucks is good.
If you can play Ord, you can play Malphite. Hey, welcome to the team, baby. Top is so useless. Oh my god!
I mean, listen, CCI, if you want to prove me wrong, I think you just gotta tear this guy a new one when you play against.
Do you think I'm gonna do that? No, I'm playing Ord. Like, what? I'm not trying to play the game at all. Let my teammates do that. I'm trying to write this shit to a chip.
At least you know your place.
I'm a top laner. I know my place since day one.
Damn.
Yeah, this team looks good though. I mean, I'm curious to see how comms are because I don't.
Oh, interesting.
I,
Very, very interesting. I'll
They're
give it that much.
yeah, because I mean, with trucks, Chulo, Dark, Technics, and then insert someone top laner. I'm just curious to see who leads the calls, how the objectives are decided. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna make or break it. But yeah, they could be pretty good.
Well, we
I
haven't had April, like we haven't had like a few months to practice as a team. I think we've swim like 3 times.
I mean,
Uh,
hey, you
with like
just
the
treat
roster.
who you play week one.
Who we we play as
We
Sapphire.
Spele
Oh, so
Sapphire.
I mean that's another scrim, so you're chilling.
I mean,
I-
hopefully, I feel like that would be like a good game to like just see how good we can do. Like
Just gotta make
obviously
sure.
with the
Yeah.
silver one top laner. Um, but other than that, because we haven't like with this roster, like all five, we played like 1 or 2 scrims. I don't even know. So like having trucks definitely on the team is like a really good like shot caller, and he can guide the team, but so can technics. So as long as they're not like talking to each other too much and like talking on the same subject, we'll be fine. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really talk much. I'm just like trying game. Like I don't really care. If you hit somebody, I'm gonna hit that person, and I'm gonna walk out. But that's about it. Don't expect too
Mm-hmm.
much from me. And you guys been talking about outrage mid lane. I feel like he's definitely a really good mid laner. Like I don't know how much. Like I'm definitely like we get to see a lot of his mid lane because I've seen him play top lane and I've seen him play ADC in like whatever nameless league. That's a random league, and he performs good in like top lane, right? Like he's a really good top laner. Everybody knows that, and he's a decent ADC. But like mid lane, I was really surprised by our scrims so far. I think he has been the most stable player on the team. I would say like
Mm-hmm.
that's like I was on the team too, so like even better, like more stable than me. So I like it's gonna be interesting if you guys like don't count him out yet. And I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know about the Cam's Midland tier list, bro. You put him too far up, but
Again, this is based on the people that I know, the people that I've seen play, the people that I've seen Outrage play against. So, I'm just
Yeah.
being truthful, man.
I
Again,
mean,
so
yeah.
here's the thing.
Before,
My lists are out there for you guys to flame me, to guys to talk about it, to prove me wrong. So it's out there for
Mm-hmm.
that reason. Talk about me, talk about the shit that I talk. That's all that I want.
I mean, again, I can't really talk smack anyways because like I don't know a lot of these. Like Tech next to me only played in Titans. Like I didn't know him before that, so he was really good performing in the Titan esports, and Trex won Titan esports, and so did Outrage. So we have like on paper we have good players. Well, you can add or minus the top end ADC role, but like as long as we can play our roles, like these three definitely have like a winning caliber, and we just have to like fit in together as a 5-man squad and see how that goes.
yeah. Before we go to the next team, I do have to head out now. I just want to say that, first of all, thank you guys for having me on this podcast. It's been great to sort of talk shit. And then to everyone that in the audience, I hope you guys will read my articles. This is my first time writing for Gold in like over a year, so it might be rough at the start. And if you enjoyed my shit talking, be excited. If you didn't, it's only gonna get worse.
Yo, Chelsea is lovely. Like
All right,
Jesus.
it's been a pleasure. I will see you guys at some other point.
Sounds
Peace.
good. It was a pleasure to have you, Chelsea.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Good lord.
I'm excited to read the content now.
Me
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It's gonna be
Chelsea
fun.
talks so much shit. I love it. I can't wait to just get flamed.
Now, talking about Flame, our next team is CB Sapphire.
Okay,
I be yes. I be
B, yeah.
yes. Woo!
Uh,
I be yes. Let's go,
I
baby.
I know one person on this team, and he's a sub. Like, goddamn. Yeah, no, I think all of them are pretty new to me. Like, I've not seen anybody, even the gold players. I've not seen them around. Maybe they're fresh golds, or they just haven't played around too much. which like I could just be ignorant and just not have paid attention to them.
Mhm.
They're both gold fours, so I don't think it matters anyways. Um, the top laner is a mid main, so he's role swapping, and the jungler is an ADC main. The mid laner is a support main. The ADC is mid main, and the support is support main. So I guess that checks
Yeah,
out.
he just support me with 64% win rate on Darius. Like,
I mean, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do to get the game, then, right?
hey, yeah, I get that. It's like, oh, Lululemon, damn, you have a crazy hecker. Like,
Oh
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I'm waiting to see that their support come in, and I like cry in the corner. But if that doesn't happen, like I don't have high hopes for this team. But I could just be humbled in week one because we play against them week one, and like I want to like myself want to put a benchmark at the league and be like, okay, we're definitely above these teams. So not talking shit to them, but trying to prove our point, and taking it slowly because our schedule is actually pretty nice. We go from my personal thing, we go like from worst to best. So having Sapphire so that we can scrim, we can get the team uh, more acquainted to each other is really good for us. And having somebody that I don't know much about, and we can just go in like not knowing because again, as I said, their players don't play their role, so I don't know what to ban. So Cam, good luck, and you just have to see and play how they like adapt to what they play. The ADC has played Kennen most of his games. Like I don't know what to do. Give me a Kennen
Um.
Darius bot lane.
So just give me 1 second. For CB Sapphire, there's one thing that I definitely need to talk. At least say out to everyone is, so the chat was talking about CB off roll, and yes, everyone is off rolling here. You got a mid lane in top. You got support. Actually, only one player is on the correct position. Sapsweet, as in the support. Realtors Yumi mid, I guess. That's what we should expect. You got an 80 carry jungle. I could see a Twitch Yumi jungle here somehow. And you got a mid lane in ADC position. So very, very awkward things going on.
I'm trying to make it work more than they are. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So I'll just bring the next one here, and I'll just give me a few minutes. I'm gonna bring two people from the chat on the call. Um,
shit,
Ooh.
shout out to
Wait,
CB Sapphire though, man. I hope this off-roll thing works out for you because I
okay,
mean,
somebody in chat said it's not like that. It's not up to date, which obviously it wasn't up to date for our like solar team. So
it could be. Yeah, obviously
I'm
yes.
interested to see
yeah.
Wonder Rod could Yumi, could you send us an OP.GG in the chat? Like a multi.GG so we can see that?
Uh,
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look real quick while Cam is doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah, Cam, get on the
wait,
people.
give me a second. Give me a
Hold on.
second.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have access because I'm not a captain, but whatever.
Wait,
Well, you
what did?
can't look at roster changes.
Yeah, he said it in the roster changes.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to bring in people.
So they added a lost havoc to support. Rat Arrows UB's top lane. Juggernaut. Okay, so Rat Arrows UB's top lane. The ADC is jungle.
Okay. That
Wait, hold
doesn't make
on.
it any
No,
better.
the ADC is mid. The Juggernaut guy is jungle. One hand is ADC, and then the same support.
The same support, the mid is top and Juggernaut's playing jungle and the ADC is mid. Who's the ADC then?
One hand.
Oh, so the jungler is playing ADC. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that makes it any better. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like, like, no flame. What was that information gonna do for us? like,
No flame. And
like,
then you flame.
I
This
mean,
is
like, respectfully, what was that doing for us? Like, oh yeah, this shit. Nigga, you go from 15 to 14. Like, okay.
okay.
I
Okay.
mean,
Listen. Listen.
I hope
Listen.
you'll clap. I hope you'll clap.
Listen. This is the time where you guys show up, right? And you're like, okay,
Exactly.
these guys flamed us on like the podcast, and we didn't have a voice. So now week one, you gotta come with a game, and you gotta be like ready up, right? Looking at the OP.GGs, like the updated one, I still feel like you still have a lot of autofill players. So for me personally, like I, yeah, that.
Hey,
Wow.
I'm all for the story. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for the comeback story. So I want y'all to
Sure.
succeed where we all
Oh my God, we got
see you
Chong.
failing. Oh, my boy Chong, what's
Yo,
good,
what up?
baby?
What
You
up?
got Chong in here.
Yo, this team is
Romance.
this team is role swap gods. That
Team is. They're
this
just like
team
playing every role.
dude, this team has the most diverse champ pool in all of AGL so far.
Really?
They play everything. They just play all roles. They're all off roles. They're gonna carry.
Okay, so we also got another person in the call who says knows a lot about IBS. All right, talk your shit,
We
Aries.
need the IBST.
Yeah, Aries. Do you think what do
yeah,
you think about this team?
So it's definitely not ready for gold by any standard.
God damn. All right.
They aren't bad players for IBS, and like I think One Hand is a very good player. I think Sapsuite's a very good player for IBS, but they are in no way, shape, or form capable in playing in gold because I've seen them struggle in IBS, and they weren't having great moments in IBS last split in ASL. And like we were like you guys laughed at SG Dark Matter, which I think would like completely stomp these guys in comparison.
Whoa.
So
Damn.
Whoa, that's
Damn.
dude.
Whoa.
Stomp them.
We need to have the IBS slap boxing fight,
Bro,
dude.
that's some words. He came in with words.
Oh, bro. Damn,
It
bro.
came with aggression.
Nah, I like it though. Talk
I
that.
do.
Talk
Yeah.
that.
so
Let me know where you
basically
stand.
so basically in regards to like ASL kind of being destroyed, if like when I was looking at the rosters that were going to be in there, I had SG Dark Matter being the ones to win ASL.
I can
Like
see
if
that.
I had to make a
Really?
prediction,
I
if
can
I had
see
to make a
that.
prediction, like I'd put money on it. Like
Right.
without
Oh.
a doubt. Like
So
actual
did you-
money, I'd put
Yeah.
money down on it.
Okay, so Aries, actual question.
Mhm.
So the top laner said that they were winning plat level scrims. Do you think SG Matter is a gold ready
I-
plat level scrim team?
I heard someone
I
say that was
think-
cap.
It's
So-
cap.
so I
Dude,
believe-
I
yeah,
said
it
it's
is
cap.
cap.
I
It
said
is
it's
cap.
cap. I said it's cap.
I believe it's cap. I'm pretty sure I
Gotta
know
be.
the owners of SG and they're saying and they said that it was cap as well.
What
However-
scrimming IBS?
However,
Like,
I have seen them scrim against gold teams, and I also like have played against them.
Mhm.
Saul is a fantastic ADC, definitely above the silver level. He actually, I mean, I don't want to accuse anybody of sitting, but
Let's go
if
for it.
anybody on that team was sitting, it was Saul.
Mhm.
He dominated through like silver last split, and like it was obvious that he was dominating. And even though he had a Smurf on his team, I don't think that the Smurf was like the biggest reason that they got ahead. And I
Right.
think it was Saul. So I personally coached Jake Verde. He's a very good support. So I hope they do well. I don't see them being a team that you can just push over. But Sapphire, I can't say the same. They're a team that was meant for silver, belongs in silver, and like like Red IRL's Yumi, he's playing on like 200 ping. Like unironically, he's playing from EU West.
Actually.
So yeah, he's playing from
Oh my
US. He
Okay,
plays
so
from US.
listen. I know Yumi's in chat. You gotta come with your A game, right? And no excuses about 200 ping because we already know.
Exactly.
So yeah, so you can't make it be like, oh, we only lost because I had 200 ping. No.
No.
Uh,
I mean, like,
Well, we're
Yeah.
gonna go. I think the next team is Aries, so he talked a lot of shit, but
Yeah, that's
Good man.
dude. That was a
No,
lot.
hold on.
he came
Hold
in,
on.
he
For
came
the
in
record,
right on the
for the
time.
record,
Yeah,
for
go
the
on.
record, I gave Dark permission to flame the absolute shit out of me because I deserve it. In regards to reviewing
I
my
respect
roster.
that. I respect that.
Big
I
respect.
deserve it. I deserve it. I am talking shit, but I'm not up to par on my role either. So like, if you guys
Hey,
want to
I
talk
feel
shit, by all
same.
means.
Bro, I don't know. That SG Dark Matter cope that's some hard cope. I played with a random 5-man squad and absolutely smurfed on these kids.
Okay, hey, I mean, listen.
Go
I'm
Mets!
talking
Those
about
Mets
them
were
like knowing them, knowing them as individual players and seeing them scrim against the gold team. That's where my like understanding is coming from. But if you're coming up with
Yeah.
5 randoms and stomping on them, then that's just an objective fact. I can't argue against it, right? So maybe they're just inconsistent. I don't know.
I think the
It'd be like
question
that.
here is, are they gonna get at least a win, and who's gonna have the better record? That's gonna be their battle because they're not gonna be facing each other.
We gotta
us.
play
Yeah,
sets.
yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like that's the question for all IBS teams right now. It's
Exactly.
like, who's
Try
going to end up
to
with a better record?
First,
It's just your
problem-
pride on the line.
yeah. First thing that they need to do is first get your individual win, right? Second thing is try to get one series. If you can get that, you're probably gonna be the best IBS team in the league.
Yes, the
then-
best of the worst.
Yeah. And then maybe you get
Or
more.
0.
Maybe you get 2
Yes.
series. Maybe you can try to go for playoffs. Who knows? Maybe.
You're like, honestly,
Easy.
God forbid, all these IBS teams get like 0 wins. As long as they have like individual game wins, I'm like, yo, I got like 3 game wins. We didn't win a series, but at least we got like a couple dubs.
Exactly.
I'll respect that. You feel me?
No, for sure, for sure. I mean, we had a similar thing in Titan for people who don't know about Titan Esports. And if you do, we had a silver team play in there who were like apparently finalists or whatever, or winners of ASL, and they
Oh.
got absolutely
No,
smacked.
no, not ASL, not ASL. Wait,
Not
for the
ASL.
record, they won BOL, but
Oh,
they were
this
dropped
market.
in the first round of playoffs in ASL.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So they're BOL winners.
So BOL was like a very different level of competition than ASL.
Mm.
I'll make that very clear.
Okay, okay.
I wrote content on this. I wrote content.
Hey
okay,
man,
okay.
I love
So-
content.
So that team
I
got
don't know.
absolutely trolled, and there was not much of a competition.
Dude,
but
they
I
w-
really,
they
really-
went 0-10, weren't they?
Okay, you don't need to bring up logistics.
That is
We're not
true.
saying- We're not saying who it is. We're just saying they went.
yeah, yeah.
I can say who it is.
whatever.
They played under my org's name. I can
But
say
I
who it is. It was
okay.
TD Kaizen.
Well,
Well, I
he said it. Okay, not me.
He
So
said it. Okay, listen,
we're safe.
Let me finish
We
my
are
point.
safe.
So I really hope all these IBS teams and teams that are like just coming out of IBS and stepping into Go leagues, I really hope, as like CZI said, like if you take one series off or like one game off of a good team, that's like
Yes.
in itself is a really
That's a
Signal.
good sign.
thing. It's a good sign. You improve individually. You improve. You improve as a team. So don't get disheartened, but also like don't try to smack talk when you're obviously not at a position to do so. But once you do, you win against Ruby. Shit on Ruby, personally.
Please.
And then you can talk smack. Probably the best team in the league, and you take one game off them, you get like the free pass for the whole season. But other than that, I don't think we got Chong's and Cam's opinions on Sapphire. For this,
you guys said pretty much everything.
Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, not only they're maybe they're not at the level to be like competitive against gold, but they're also off rolling, which makes extra hard on them. But we'll see. We will have actually ETS will play them on this Friday, on the
Nice.
week 1, so we get to know more about these guys, how they play, how they are, their comps, their styles. We'll get to see everything, and we'll see. It's more of wait and see. With IBS teams, it's more about wait and see. In my opinion.
Definitely.
Yeah, I just got insider information. CB Sapphire is gonna upset Ruby because Ruby's gonna make a terrible roster decision.
Ooh. and do what? Put Chong in? Or what?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can tell you what Ruby's gonna do already. Our jungler's gonna get drunk because he does subs for Jaeger bombs. He's gonna get like 5 bombs deep and play Rengar and actually int.
Yep.
So
Damn.
I know how this team works, bro.
It'll be spicy.
Yeah.
Looking
Going
forward to
to-
that.
Tell your
That team
jungler
is
I'm a big
something
fan.
else. That team is something else, man.
Going to
Love
our
it.
next team, we got Team Ambition Exodia. Now,
Oh, this is it. This is it.
exactly.
That's it.
We got here our lovely top laner, Daisy Aries.
Yeah.
Over here, jungle Antimatter J9. Middle, you got SJ Pandorum. Bottom, Darter Wolf. And support TA Boro. So actually, I want to start with Aries. Tell me a little bit about your team before we flame them.
So Team Ambition Exodia is kind of like a split between like some IBS players who have decided to take the step up into gold. Now, mind you, it's not like as in they were in silver and ASL's gone to another gold. Like they actually ranked up and now they're in gold. So me, Pandorum, and Poro. Poro was actually the ASL champion from last split. Pandorum was arguably the best mid laner in ASL last split. And I don't want to talk about myself because I have everything negative to say. I'm kind of off rolling, so the accusations are true. I am off rolling in the top lane.
I was about
Um,
to say, bro.
yeah, I am a jungle main. I've won a couple chips in the jungle, but I had to move top because of some last second roster decisions on another team that didn't even make it into AGL anyways. So, I mean, that's kind of a big oof because that's like the main reason I'm in AGL just to stomp those guys, and they're not even here. But yeah, for myself, I play a lot of bruisers. I like playing the more mechanical champions. I find it a lot of fun. Um, Antimatter J, I believe, is newer to comp. But I think he brings a lot to the table, and I hope everybody's excited to see his debut because he's a really fun jungler to play around. Pandorum always brings out some really fun champion picks and is going to make draft really confusing for everybody. And our bot lane is just absolutely cracked out of their mind. So I hope everybody takes this team a little bit more seriously than 18th place because I promise you we can bring more to the table than that.
All right.
Okay, where do you see yourself placed then?
Yeah,
Inside?
realistically,
I'll be
no
honest.
bias.
I think that we are definitely like above some of the. One second, I'll actually bring up what the rankings were because I just remember where I was placed. Let me pull up the specific numbers because I don't want to like say I'm better than a team that I
No, but like
not like
realistically,
100% sure.
do you think after you probably have looked over the rosters and before, do you think like in general, like average, do you think your team is average, better than average, top contenders, like
Well,
semifinalists?
what's your definition of average, Dark? Because
I would say,
average
like,
here it's
me-
11th
I think
place.
average is saying that like because right now what we're placed at is that we're not even making playoffs, which I think
Yeah,
is
that's what I'm saying.
just
You
wrong.
placed it below average. I would say like average would be
Well,
middle of the
playoffs
pack.
are the top 12, right? That's what playoffs gonna be.
Yeah, we're at 18th right now. So I would say that we probably make playoffs is what I'm gonna say.
Alright, 12 minimum.
Hmm?
Top 12 minimum.
Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
so. Yeah,
Okay.
I see the teams that are in C tier, and I think that we are above them.
For sure. I mean, see, I like the confidence, and looking at your rosters, I think your jungler is definitely a very heavy Elise main, and
Mhm.
your ADC likes a lot of Zeri, and you have a auto-full support. So that's like the only thing that's like concerning that they can either be
So,
banned out
Actually,
or
my support isn't auto-filled. I don't know why, but for the past couple of days, he's been playing a different role, but he does play support. Like, support is his main role.
are you saying that?
So that's
Are you
the
saying this is
500
like
IQ
account
play.
sharing? Is this account sharing? Is that what you're saying it?
No,
Mm.
I messaged him.
I
Okay,
see what he's
so
saying.
actually,
I see what he's saying. He's
I
saying
messaged
this.
him.
No.
When-
You didn't. No, the thing is, like, I see 51 games on Syndra, 39 games on Gnar, like
Yes.
32 games on Yasuo.
This
So,
is
like,
all him.
Yep.
This is all him.
He only
So-
supports Emilio and Rel.
yeah. So
So
like,
for context,
We know what to ban, boys.
last year he played top lane, and then the first half of this year he played mid lane,
Oh,
and now he's playing support. But for the past 2 days he's played jungle.
he's gonna
Oh,
get
he's one of
washed.
those.
Bro, he's gonna get washed.
yeah. So I mean, this is like
He just said he's bored. I
Bro,
asked him. He just said he's bored.
Trucks and play on wards are in this division. He's gonna get washed, bro. Like,
I have no comment because I don't know those guys. So
dude, those
I
are
don't
two
want
of
to
the
speak on
best
them.
supports I've ever seen play this in like gold elo.
Listen,
dude.
we probably have the hardest division. Like, I'll be straight up. I think we have the hardest division. But yeah, it is rough, right? I mean,
I believe in you. You got the
Well,
goat.
we'll
You have,
definitely
you
have
have one of the goats in mid lane, from
Yeah,
what I
dude.
hear.
And
Yeah,
Norm's
what I
goated,
hear
bro.
is,
The kind of
Pandorum's
gold,
really good.
from what I hear.
So me and
Self-quoted.
Pandorum and I have been playing together for a very long time. This is just the first time that I'm not playing jungle for him. So even though like initially, there was a spot in the top lane, and
okay.
Espada left,
Oh,
and
yeah.
because of the last minute situation, I was brought in, and I also just didn't have a team, so it ended up working out. But I did used to main top lane like a long time ago, but you know,
Are you
I'm not
confident in
gonna
your-
like cope.
Are you confident in your top lane abilities, like against somebody like CZI in this division?
Bro, CZI is washed.
I'm just
I'm
trying to give
gonna-
him right.
Whoa.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say
Rubies
this.
and
Wow.
Rubies, like,
Whoa.
Just got here.
Hold on.
Shit.
Hold on, wait. Okay, I'm gonna
gotta watch
I'm
this.
gonna articulate my how I feel about my top lane abilities at this moment. I don't feel as though I am up to the level of competition that I need to be to really help my team out and push it forward into being a better spot. That being said, I'm taking every step necessary to becoming a better player for my team. I am willing to do anything.
I like you.
Yeah,
I will
like
do
the humble
anything
nature.
to help my team win.
I like you a lot. You
I
know
don't care what it takes. I don't care what it takes.
I respect you as a person. You know what I'm saying? I really respect that because you're self-aware of yourself. More people need to be like you.
Actually true.
Like I can't
Yo,
look at
stand this
a
dude right
yo,
now.
Cam, go
What?
change your power rankings. Team Ambition winning it all now.
I can't sit here.
I
No,
don't
no,
know
no,
about that.
I can't sit here. I can't sit here. Huff all the copium I want. I'm not gonna beat a plat 4 top main because
Cam.
I just felt like moving out of jungle. Like this.
So,
Him
I'll
in
say
S
this.
tier, bro.
I'll say
Yes.
this. I think there is potential of
Right.
getting a couple positions,
Got this.
but until we see you guys in action, I can't say much. But again, I don't know you guys. I have never seen you guys play, so you know you can.
No,
just,
I understand.
You can
No,
just
I
ignore
completely
my power
understand.
ranks. Like you can just say, "Hey, this is shit."
Bro
and-
said not 18, you're 16.
Someone
for
tell
real,
me
like,
if you're to Silas.
Pandorum has played on, from my knowledge too, has played on filled for a plat team and ZZG against us. They did lose that, so take that as you will.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of wins in that plat series, but that was one of them. And I've seen him around in gold. I've definitely seen him around in IBS, right? Because he was IBS
Yeah.
last split. So I mean, for him to climb up this far and be able to match a lot of the gold mid laners, like he played against Cam, and well, Cam is diamond now, Cam, or what?
No, I'm not diamond. I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying.
Yeah. So so Panorama has had his fair share of fights before, so it'll be interesting to see how you said your bot lane is cracked. So
Yeah, I really do. I really have confidence in them. I really do.
And I'll definitely look forward to playing you guys, especially because you're in my division. So that just
Yeah.
adds another layer of like competition. And Pandorum, as I said, I've already seen him play a lot, so it'd be fun. Yeah.
Derek, can I mention SLS?
I don't think anybody knows SLS, but go ahead.
So basically, I have actually coached a team that ended up beating Dark in finals of a league.
Oh,
Now,
Oh, that
now
was
I
a
have to
discussion
prove-
on the channel. Oh.
now I have to get my hands dirty and just do it myself.
I made it to the finals, guys. All right, I made it to
It
finals.
was fun.
Damn.
He did make it to finals. I'll give him that.
Damn.
He did make it to finals.
Yeah, so I mean, he wasn't playing, so that's
But-
why it's gonna be more interesting, right? Now you're playing that.
Yeah, but see, now my team has my level of draft gap and
Right.
my hands.
So you don't
So
put up. I bet
I
True.
see. I
I
see.
bet my produce
Damn.
got you under control.
Damn.
yeah, but see, I did that when I was silver. So
Damn. You see his right butt? That's gold too.
we're only going for
No,
the.
he's
We
not
only
silver
going
anymore.
for the.
Silver no more.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. Okay, I just wanted to mess around. That was all my team. That was all like the team's work. It really had nothing to do with me. But like, I had to bring it up for the content. For the content, I had to. I had to.
Hey, respect.
Spitting for real.
Said that,
16 number, got it.
I think you guys will be fighting for fourth place with Big Chillers, which is
Yeah. I think that's
which
reasonable to say.
is which is qualified. Well, see, here's a weird thing. Since Chemtech and Hextech will have to play cross groups, is gonna have like more things to compare to the other group to make sure that you guys are gonna be the top 6. But I think there is potential for you guys to catch playoffs for sure.
Yeah.
But again, just prove me wrong, man. Just prove me wrong. Say I
Yeah,
don't know what I'm
I'd
talking about.
I'd say right now. I mean, we go up against Worth for the first game, and that really tells me on whether or not we're fighting for third or fourth. Because if we beat Worth, then we're fighting for third.
Gotcha.
Because I in my opinion, I think that Chemtech is Dynasty Ruby and Eclipsing Tide Solar are the clear cut top 2, which makes this a really difficult league because I find those two to be some of the better teams in this league. Not to like suck the people off in this call. This is already my opinion.
Oh, I like
Nah,
it.
keep going.
Keep going.
What were you saying? Yeah.
Nah, dude, I play with both of you. Y'all suck.
Alright, you want me to get the loop too, or what's going on? Hey,
Alright.
whoa,
Whoa, see.
Stop it! There could be minors watching this stream.
Goddamn,
Chill.
CZ.
Whoa.
Yo, guys, relax, dude. This is content. This
That's
is not a match.
content,
This is
bro.
not a matchmaking
That's not
simulator.
content, bro. This is not
Okay,
content.
let's move on
Alright.
to.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Bing Chillers.
Bing Chillers, Clear Calms.
All right.
These guys got Gav Doogie Fresh, top lane. Interesting name.
Great name.
Amelia Bobby 1 in the jungle.
He's Ireland. Wait, he's the coach.
Yes.
Is the coach.
He's the coach. All right. Alright.
Ionian Ninetales middle. Support its Trinket. And bottom is Trinket. And support Io Pinguini.
Hey yo,
Um,
Hey, yo, Penguin.
We actually
Oh my
streamed
God.
this stream a couple weeks ago. I think it was one of the first streams that actually our team made. They did have a
what?
different.
They had a lot of different people.
They have a
I can
couple different
look at it.
players.
Yeah, I can look at it real quick.
Yeah.
But just from like looking at this roster, I think I've played against Pinguini a lot of the times, and I've never been like at a problem. Like, okay, so yeah, it was a fairly easy scrim, but they had the same bot lane, the same top lane, the same mid lane. So it's just a different jungler for them. And yeah, I don't think their bot lane is that good because it lost to me. That's XD.
Wow. Wow.
But other than that, I feel like everybody else on the team is very self-sufficient, like especially the top laner. Because he did really good in that scrim. So it's going to be really hard for our team to because we have to see how it goes. But other than that, I feel like I'm not really concerned about this team. But I've heard a lot of things about Bing Chillers as
Yeah,
a squad.
I think they're
and-
definitely mid-pack team. So
Yeah.
to answer Aries mentioned earlier, I think if you guys from TA can go toe to toe with Bing Chillers, then I think for sure you guys can get more positions on that tier list for sure. Because I think this is your standard mid-pack team right there, the Bing Chillers.
Yeah,
Clear
yeah,
Calms.
I agree. I mean, like looking at that team, there's obviously like clear-cut bans that you want to go for. They have
Yeah.
some like comp staples, like that top laner plays Ornn and Gangplank, which is something to definitely keep in mind. They're both top laners that people can find a little bit annoying. I think that like you definitely want to get away with like take away the Kindred off the board. Like they obviously play like some very big comp staples and have good win rates on them, but outside of like those select few champions, everything else just kind of looks average, which is probably why they're a middle of the pack team. I don't know them by name, but just looking at like their team and looking at what they play and their CS numbers and everything like that, that's kind of my understanding of the team.
So me, I've played with a jungler before, and that was like I would want to say about a year ago. And back then he was a mid player, and that was before he was going by Amelia Bobby or whatever the hell his name is right now. That's back when he was going by Orlant. But he was a really good mid laner. I seed him jungle like a year ago at Conduit tryouts, and he wasn't even trying out for the team. He was just playing to have fun, and he played really well there too. Albeit the competition wasn't anything crazy. I'm just saying, but I think like no bias. I think the jungler is probably at least the top two players on that team. If anything happens to this team, I think it's gonna be him getting it going most of the time. Like he's a very good mechanical player. His comms are pretty good too. He's a very just overall solid player. Now everybody else, um, the top laner seems to play both carries and tanks, which is like usually if a top laner plays both, one of them's obviously better than the other. So I'm curious to see how good his carries and tanks are because if he can play them both decently, that's fine. He doesn't need to be great at any of them. He just needs to play them all right for his team to be fine. And his bot lane just seems like the generic bot lane you see nowadays. Milio, Nami, Jinx, Varus, Kaisa. I don't expect to see anything crazy. Unless I see a bot lane playing mages, I'm just not gonna react to it because there's nothing else to really talk about at that point. Another Jinx player in gold. Woo. Okay, we did it, boys.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
man. What is your problem?
I mean, I'm just saying, dude. How many Jinx players do we need in this damn elo? Like,
Bro, your AD carry spams Ophelios, bro. Like,
yeah, I know.
that's all he plays, bro.
It's called practice. Like,
It's a lot of
That's the
practice.
game's worth of
I know.
practice.
Y'all know Lux. Lux is the type of guy, he takes him like years to learn shit, but when he learns it, he's good. So
Hey, man, as long as it works.
love
right?
him.
All right.
Yeah,
So now that we cleared the industrial
Oh, we cleared it. Let's go.
conference, we're gonna move to arcane conference.
Arcane
Um,
looks so fun.
and we're gonna start off with a very known team from us. Going with now they're going by Elysium Omen,
Mm.
The purple sprouts.
aka
Yes.
Purple Sprouts.
Don't be fooled. It's still
Don't
the.
be fooled.
Don't
You're
be
still the
fooled.
sprouts.
Now
It's still.
I would like to say this is like an improved Purple Sprouts because
Oh, it's the same.
yeah,
They're the
well, we'll go to the role. So they have top Ecall, jungle Guster Posey, middle Kobita, bottom Dilly, and support Aerocross. The only reason why I think they are a bit, you know, improved from Titans is the fact that their subs are Revered, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Singular Bread, and they also have OTF 27. So
No, you just left out dark like that. For what?
well, they have Dark too, but I didn't mean to say anything bad by Dark, but like those three are definitely like really great on the air roles, right? Especially Rivet and OTF. So again, like this team has been playing for 2+ months. They are my my top one team because they have been playing together, the 5-man, for a long time. Their loss on Titans was with the Syndicate team that won ZGG Gold, so no shame on that. And they were also like the top 2 in record on the group stage for Titans DL. So I think this team is super strong. You know, I would like to see how much they change from Titans days to see like are they still doing the crazy things that they used to, or have they picked up new tricks?
Yeah,
they're-
I think the purple sprouts in itself was a really good team. Definitely had like the top 2, top 3 bot lane in Titan. So in this league, I like same. Like this bot lane is really good. Definitely top 3, if not top 2. And then I think I haven't seen a lot of Guster Posey, but the games that I did end up watching, like he was really good, and he's like able to play all these meta stuff. So as long as they like Guster Posey and Ika can handle themselves and like just go even at like the worst case scenario, like Dilly and Arrow are probably going to be the star of the show like most of the time, and Kobita is, from my knowledge, not in mid lane main and is a support lane main. So as long as he's able to be that supportive kind in the mid lane, that's really important when you have a star ADC like Dilly and I guess Posey who can play a lot of carry champions. Like you don't need more damage. You can have somebody play that supportive role. So if he can play that and like he's good at support, like everybody knows that. So if you can just bring that in mid lane, I think this team is yeah, a top 1, top 2, top 3. I don't really know the other third team for me right now. Like I don't want to put us, like my team, on there, but I definitely think Ruby and Omen are like the top 2 teams that are going to be competing against each other, and it'll be really fun to watch them play each other before the finals, just to see how they do that. But I don't know if that's even possible. So I don't think it's possible. But yeah, like the team overall is really stacked, and then they have River as their sub and Dark. So
Yeah, it's
I don't think they
stacked.
would need them. Like I really don't think they would need. I think this is just like to keep River from getting another chip or something. But that's whatever.
Their team is definitely it looks good. Like it's just the same Purple Sprouts roster, just in AGL, but they've had more time to just like play together as a team. And
Yeah.
I think that part about a team is like invaluable because we hear a lot of the rosters get put together like a month before AGL. Some rosters get put together like a week, maybe even on the day of signups. But like a team that actually has like time to play together and actually like, just like learn more about each other, learn how each other like to play,
And
try
don't
different
implode,
things
right?
together. Yeah,
Make
and
sure
don't
they
implode.
don't implode.
Like,
I
oh,
hope not. They played a whole series,
yeah,
like season
yeah.
together.
No, yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. Like you don't like if you play for 2, 3 plus months. If as long as you don't implode and you stick together, I think they have an overwhelming advantage because they know how each other plays. They know like what they're gonna do.
yeah,
It's just
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
it's just too good.
I agree, and I think that's gonna be the part about this team, especially like their like their conference. I feel like they're gonna be like the overall favorite against everybody else, just due to the amount of time they had together. Like, I think that's just so invaluable, and I think they're all really good at the roles they play. Even Andy role swapped on mid is still better than a lot of mid laners in this league. Still,
Yep.
and he'll play Scion, so that
Andy's
tells you
good.
something.
Andy's good.
I wasn't
man.
gonna say what he will do because I want to see the reaction
Don't
when
worry, they'll leave
people
it up.
when people pick
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
But
Don't worry.
he's gonna bring
Those-
some of those weird stuff all around. So
Absolutely. Dong, do you have anything for this roster?
Dude, I mean, this team's just solid all around. Like, I've played with, I mean, I've casted Kobita before, but that was when he was support. But even then, he's just very influential on the map, and if he just gets the right matchup in mid, it's just gonna be the same thing from a different role. Like, there's no question that this is like debatably the team to beat. It's either like them or Ruby as like the #1 team in all of AGL to just take the whole thing. And like they said, they've been playing together for a long time, so they got this. I have faith.
Another fucking ad, bro.
yeah,
I haven't.
it's
I haven't got a single ad, by the way. So
Bro,
the
are you
in the chat-
subscribed?
oh no
No,
he
I'm
hasn't because I see the we're still at 0 subscribers. So Dark, make sure you subscribe. No, so our pre-roll is 35 minutes ish. So
What the hell?
yeah, so I
Wait, we didn't get Aries. Do you know anybody on this team, Aries?
Oh, for my silver expertise and only my silver expertise, I provide absolutely nothing in regards to gold.
That's,
You could just
you know what? That's fine.
you could just provide unbiased shit talk.
Yeah, you could be like, I don't know these guys. They seem
I don't-
dog shit.
Yeah, I don't know
Fine,
these guys.
fine, fine.
Fuck
I'll
'em.
give my unbiased expertise. I don't like their logo.
Really? It's a phoenix or thing.
Yeah.
I think it's nice. I like their purple sprouts
Yeah.
logo a lot.
exactly. I love the
Hold on,
purple
I-
sprouts.
wait,
It's not Aries.
hold
You're
on.
out of here. Get out of
The
here.
purple
Wait,
sprouts
hold
one
on,
is
hold
so
on.
cute.
Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. I think I just think it's like too much. It's too much for such a small logo. Maybe if it's bigger, I'll appreciate it more. But it's just
I think it's
too
kind of
much.
fire.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
that's
think
it. That's
right.
it's
Listen,
opinionated. It's
Yeah,
opinionated.
it's very opinionated. Like you either like clown gaming logos or you don't like clown gaming logos.
Wait, we're not talking about cloud gaming. We're talking
I
about
know.
Well,
Yeah, we're talking about Elysium.
we're gonna talk about that
Wait,
real
that's
soon.
a super
Okay.
super sick transition. There you go.
Exactly.
cloud gaming.
Come on now.
Clown Gaming Spartans. Top lane we got CG Tigsy, jungle Closure, middle CG Robbie, bottom Shiba the dog, and support to finish off JK Slap Games. So let's not forget, Sems is listed as a reserve. I wish I would see him in action just to sake of
Play him?
content. Yeah.
Listen, if Sam plays for this team, they lost. But
Damn. Damn.
Yo.
I guess somebody's gonna get comp rule for the next Titan split.
uh,
Yeah.
for legal reasons, that was a joke. I'm sorry, Sam. Okay, but I've actually insider scoop. I played with this team as like a fill for like one scrim set, and obviously they were like newer to each other at that time. But from my experience, I think they're really good players. But I don't think they make the upper echelon. I think they make the higher middle pack, like the high of the middle. So probably like top 8, and that's like really good. But I do think that Tigsy has shown that he's like the top laner, like one of the really good top laners. and I've heard about Shiba the dog that he can play both mid and ADC,
Mhm.
and that he's good at both of them. And Robbie is good. I have not seen him too much. I wouldn't lie, but as like from my experience personally, I think this team is really good when they're together. So as long as they like don't get split apart too much and like against like good teams, they'll be just fine. I think they like playing scaling comps, and KZ loves his tank top laners. And I don't know, he was talking about Kennen the other day, and I was like,
He
go
He
for
does
it.
have 50. He has 50 games of Kennen.
Do
He
you
definitely can
remember
play it.
Dark? Do you remember what this guy did in with CDU on playoffs?
Like he played a lot.
he
No, I
made-
Cape Dogs
remember.
was official, dude.
But
he
I like
made
Cape
CDU
Dogs.
go through. He won that
Yes.
series for them.
Yes, he carried Cape Dogs.
Exactly.
Yes, but KZ is really good, like tank top. Don't let this be like looking at the GG is like good camp player. He's a really good Ornn player too. Like he is a really
No,
good tank.
yeah. He's solid through and
Look,
through.
you don't got to see Orn in his profile to understand he could play Ord. All right, like every top player should be able to play Ord. It's like on the list. Like if you play the solo queue, like just stop, have some
What-
fun.
Have some
What if
fun.
I really, really don't want to?
I mean, you're playing solo queue. You don't want to have fun anyway. So
Yeah, crowd
Good
was
point.
good mid
He's
too.
got a good point. He's got a
It's-
good point.
like I'm excited to, but like I really want to play these guys.
Me
Because
too.
I wanted to see how I would like our team would fare against this team now that I would have like a little bit of baseline to go off of. But obviously they're not in our conference, so it's not even possible on cross seeding.
Should have
But
thrown an arcane, man.
yeah, that's kind of unlucky. But you know what? It's fine. I know this team is definitely gonna make playoffs, so for sure we might get a game time.
Oh yeah,
Team
for
looks
sure.
good. I like
I
your
know
team.
no one on this team. This team's trash. But they got Shiva the
That's
dog.
why we
and
get Sean.
you know what? Shiva the dog is a great name.
Yeah. His
Look.
profile picture is also pretty cool.
He's probably got that dog in him.
He's got the dog in him.
He's got that dog in him. This team, they got Sems. Sems is based. Yeah, no, I literally, they got good names. That's it. That's all I got. Shiva the dog in slap games. Dope names. And
Somebody
Taco,
said that Closure was a diamond once in mid lane, and now he's playing jungle. Like I don't know how far ago that was.
they got
Well, it's not on this account. Let me go another account.
they got Slap
Uh,
Cat for support. That's a great name too. I mean,
Well,
Taco Cat is sub. That's a great name.
I think it's cool how Closure plays Fiddlesticks. Not a lot of junglers play Fiddlesticks. The champion is ridiculous.
Dude, that champ is
Dude, if you
super
can,
strong.
if you can clear on fiddlesticks, it's annoying as shit to deal with.
Yeah.
Laner, that dude, this mid laner just like must hate his life because this man spams ASOL and solo queue.
Yo, listen.
I
I
just,
don't
play, I just
like
played a
these
duo queue game
targeted
with
attacks here, right?
Oh, you want to talk about playing Orin top and solo queue and having fun? This man is willingly playing ASOL in solo
Yeah,
queue.
but he's doing well. So I'm gonna assume that he likes winning more than he likes his life.
Whoa.
Look, man.
In game.
You know what? I
Only
changed my
question
mind.
mark in this team is that JK Slap Games is not primary support main.
I don't care. He plays Bard. This team's winning everything.
Alright,
Bard's the
never
best.
mind.
Bard's the best champ of the game. This man plays Bard. This man's goaded.
This man's
Bard
OP
fun's good.
64% murder on Bard. That's kind of crazy.
This man is goaded.
Look,
And
man.
banning
Alright.
Bard against him.
So the next team on the list is Sun Hydra.
Ooh.
Now they're coming with a roster that is top lane. Shit, I can't read.
Sagato.
Sagato XD. Jungle they got Sinister 042. Middle they got DK. Bottom Ichibonji 69 and support Nash Koto. So I don't know any of these players, so it's kind of hard for me to say much about them. But looking at their OPGG when I was going through earlier, I do imagine them as another mid to high pack of the league. So I would like to see, how much they can do because their top lane has good numbers overall. He has multiple picks that he's doing pretty well, like with high win rates. And their bot lane is also having a good number of successes with different champions. So I'm imagining this team it's coming in hot. It's probably gonna be surprising a lot of people that might not know them or might not be expecting them to do too well. So I'll just keep an eye on these guys.
I mean, this
Yeah.
team is full of solo queue grinders. They're 4 of
Yeah.
them are plat 4 now, right before the end of the split, and like 3 of them were silver last split, and now they're all plat 4. This
Yeah,
team,
Interesting.
that's impressive.
this team just wins in solo queue. Like, holy fuck, the amount of time they put in to just like get to this level is actually insane.
Gotta
Wait.
respect that.
Good thing that they play their roles in solo queue. So like at least
Yes.
they got something
I
going
don't know.
for them.
The jungler hasn't played in 2 months solo queue, so maybe not him.
It'd be
I
like
mean,
that. You need to take a break.
he hit flat 4 and he's like, I'm done. I'm not good.
Bro,
That's real.
Goal
That's real.
achieved.
bro, if
He's like,
people need to take a break from solo queue, go talk to Lux.
he's like, I'm not playing
You're
any
not
more solo
wrong.
queue. I don't want to lose my platform border.
Dude, that is exactly what I did last year.
Bro,
I
that's what I
got
did
I
this
got
year, dude.
P4 in July. I went on a work trip, and I pretty much didn't play for the rest of the year until preseason.
Bro,
Just
I
want
hit
to make sure I
P4.
have that board.
Bro, I feel that, dude. I did it this season. I hit P4, did my games for Titan. I got kicked. I got knocked out. I'm like, all right, I'm chilling. Time to play Star Rail. Like, let's go. No, the team looks. I think this team looks really solid. They look like a really good front to back team, and I think that's just a really good recipe for every team in this elo. If you can play front to back very well, you could win almost every game as long as you just play around what you got to play around and shit. Yeah, Felios, gold, gotta love that. You know, shout out Luxton, my boy.
I got a better win rate on it too.
So
Look at this
definitely,
guy.
Bro, he has 60% win rate
bro.
on affiliates.
His coin flips were better though. You know, it's the way it works. The mid lane plays Felios too, so you can flex that. You know, but
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
yeah, the
dude.
better Felios flex.
Aphelios, please no.
You gotta watch out for those type of teams, man.
Uh,
You gotta watch out for the
Aphelios-
teams that do things you
bro,
don't expect.
Exactly.
Aphelios support, baby. He's got CC.
Exactly, but
That
no,
purple-
their team plays really good champs. I think for every role. I think the mid laner. I don't really see too much of their champ pool from like I don't know, just their OP. But
Yeah.
everybody else plays good champs, so the mid could just I don't know play Andy or something and perfect. We rounded it out.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
think the
have to
mid
be
laner
crazy.
plays. I mean, he has 600 plus games like this season, so he's played a lot of solo queue. He just doesn't play like one champion. He's like highest is 32 games on Ophelio, so I think he's like playing a lot more champions and like he wants to actually play in the league or something.
I wouldn't be
Um,
surprised if he just played Phil or something.
He might
yeah,
get off-rolled a lot too.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. I think mid lane is the hardest to
Yeah,
find.
I think queuing up at mid lane, and, like a lot of mid laners just like I'm play 80 carry because I can still carry in another
top
role.
lane is easy.
Yeah, no one wants to play top or support, so we're good.
Someone
Okay,
put
go.
me back in jungle. Someone put me back in jungle. I'm begging you. Please let me back in the jungle.
For me, this team is like a giant question mark though, because I have not seen a lot of Sun Hydra like SON teams, Sun teams, um, in general, and then the ones that I have seen are like flat plus they play in, and
Yeah,
like
same
in
here.
goals, like they haven't really done anything for me to like know about them, and then they also have like 5 people that I am just to me they're just randoms. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play. But as CZI said, they played like good meta champions, and they seem to be capable to do so because they have good win rates, they have good KDAs. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what the ADC plays if Aphelios is banned. Because his second highest is Caitlyn, who's not good in the meta. So I don't know. It'll be interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So now let's go to the next team here, which is it's going to be Catalyst Nova.
Mm.
So Dark, you as a fellow, org owner, please enlighten us about your Catalyst team.
Please.
You have Ramen Ichiraku in the top lane.
Mm-hmm.
Big Naruto fan right there.
Shout out.
You got Richard 0512 in the jungle. You got Blop in the middle lane. He definitely did not like my mid comment. You got
Nah, he was flaming you.
you got bottom Panjay Blinkerton and support Nighthawk. So what should we expect from Catalyst in this split?
Okay, so this team is very new. Like our Catalyst thing just revived not too long ago. Like we did our tryouts like what, a month ago and something. So this team is like barely played games together, like 2 scrims I think. That they've played together, and then a lot of those were like tryouts before that. So I do expect them to be above average, like definitely top 8, if not like on paper they don't seem like a top 8 team. Maybe top 12 if I'm being like generous. But I think the bot lane that we just got recently is really good. And I've played against Blob personally. Um, he's good, but he needs to be more consistent. And everybody else, Richard and Ramen, I think Ramen is a fail for now. I think we have a different top laner coming in. But Ramen itself, like he's on another Catalyst team, and he is a really good player. So if he does end up playing week 1, then this roster in itself, I think they have a decent chance to like top their I don't know actually how the Arcane Conference works. Like, is it like the top 4 make it out or whatever?
No, it's just standard top 6 goes through.
Okay, so I think personally that they should be definitely top 4, if not top 3. Because yeah, personally, but that's biased too, right?
I don't know. There's a
I don't
lot
know
of
about
there's a
that one,
decent
man.
amount of teams
I don't
there.
know. But,
Me personally, looking at their OP,
Yeah.
bro, I thought you were gonna say your support is the fucking like sub player. Like this man does not play support.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I was
he's
about to
also, I don't know
say,
if he's playing it though. I feel like
So-
there's also another change.
like I look at the OP and the ADC support. The ADC is mid main technically, and the support it says he's the top main, but I look at his most like his ranked champs, and it's like that's not true at all. So like that's interesting. I've heard of Blop.
Right.
Played with
I've
I've played a lot with Blop.
Yeah, I've heard good things and bad things. I think he's solid. That's for sure. Will he be like one of the top mids in this league? I don't know. That's really depending on how consistent he is every game. And I think in the Arcane Conference, that's going to be a bit tough. The jungler seems solid. I like the champ pool a lot. I think Ramen's champ pool top lane is perfect for just like a fill player. Like Malphite, Orange, Scion, Mundo, chilling. Like that's all you need. You don't gotta play Fiora. Like, come on.
Your
But
AD carry needs to get reported, man. I'm looking at his op.gg. He played Renekton bot, Scion bot, and Belveth support. This man needs
Oh,
to be
man.
reported. This man needs to be reported.
Talking about
Didn't,
Bella,
didn't LS like play Belveth support to like Diamond or something?
Well, yeah,
hey,
because-
Trucks was
yeah.
playing that. It looked pretty good. I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
lie.
it looks good if you know what you're doing, but if you don't know what you're doing,
Another wait,
no.
I just want to add on to a thing about Blop. I've played with him a lot. I remember him telling me that he wanted to play on a team with me. But like I think that as a player he's really good and like his mechanics are fantastic. I think the one thing he needs to do is like play a little bit more around draft a bit better.
Mm,
From my experiences with him. He could be a little over enthusiastic about his ability to beat another mid laner and as a result pick something that's like very ego.
we
And like
Don't
willing to take a bad matchup just to prove a point. So
mm.
keep that in mind.
Well, we do
Keep
have
that in mind.
a coach for them. So Beans is going to be
That's
the
pretty
coach, the team lead. So hopefully that doesn't happen. If it happens, you can say that in AGL Gen chat.
For the record, I love Blop. I love playing with Blop, but that's my only thing against him. Because we'll be playing like a proper like front to back, and then all of a sudden he'll be like, "Lock me Fizz." I will not play anything but Fizz,
No, for sure. I mean,
and
see,
it'll
again,
work. It'll work. It'll work too.
everybody for everybody that like obviously has been around in the scene, like all these players, to me personally, if I didn't know from my org, I would say that they're just randoms, right? So I definitely agree on some of their like I didn't really see his OpenID. I've seen him play in tryouts, so he did really good. The
Mhm.
ADC. Um I don't know what he plays in his in his account. but, but listen. If he's good and he's on the team, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't,
Hey,
then there's always more opportunities.
Alright.
it is
I've
what
seen
it
people-
is.
It is
I've
what it
seen-
is.
I've seen people with like
I'll-
negative win rates and silvers still like stomp like gold ones. Like it's
This
crazy.
guy's 57% winded in the mid lane.
Hey, the
guy.
only difference in ranks isn't hands, it's brain. So
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true.
I'll,
That's
I'll,
true.
I'll live Catalyst as this. So looking their top jungle and mid, all of them have dropped like top last. He only dropped one division, but jungle and mid they have dropped around 3 divisions. I'll just leave it as that.
it'd be like that sometimes.
And
You know?
I've done that multiple times, but
I haven't, but
it is again it is
And you know
what it
what?
is, right?
That's
I've done that before. I wasn't at my best, right? You know.
Rage queuing.
Exactly. So
Goddamn.
I feel you. So moving to the next one is
Mm.
CB
Ah,
Aurora.
Ready for this one.
Yeah.
Ready for this one. Let's
That's what
go.
we've been looking
Oh
for.
man,
Get into
I
it.
can feel the clips coming, baby.
Let's go, baby.
CB Aurora comes in with top lane Fourth Espada, jungle Dark Catastrophe, middle Cyclone, bottom Kupro Ninja, and support Fateful Death. So who wants to start with Aurora?
Mm.
I think CZI should go. He had some word for the team.
It's not words. I have my opinions. I've played them.
Yeah.
You know, I've had the first hand experience of how CB Aurora is as a team, and you know, I like Cyclo as a person. I think Cyclo's really cool. You know, I think
Right.
Espada's a cool person.
I want to know how about as a player.
Yeah, no, it's not with your
Yeah,
as
I
a
wanna know as a
person.
player. We are all good people here, right? We are all good
I
people here.
mean,
Go, CZ.
I'm not trying to say nothing. I'm just saying I mean, I feel like if they play against teams that are like really good, it's gonna be really sketchy. Like I
So-
feel like CB Aurora is gonna be one of those teams that like they will play really good against the teams that are like lower mid pack to below, but against teams that are like have humans, they're gonna struggle a bit
That's
because they're gonna use their brain and like punish a lot of the mistakes they make. Now they practice a lot. If you ever see a gangster, they had hella postings, so like they practice a lot. But I mean, hopefully they learned a bit. It like you know they got a spotter now. When I played them, they didn't have a spotter. It didn't
Bro,
matter.
I
But
played them when they had Espada. Dark and I played them when they had Espada.
yeah, how was that?
Yeah.
So wait. I have to ask a question because
Yeah.
I was on this roster before they ever even started scrimming. So
Oh
the question
man,
is, did I dodge a bullet by not playing on this team?
Well,
you
me
like
and Chung
five
played.
blocks?
Me and Chung played like a 3 block against them, right? And I think we won that.
We won 3-0. We 3-0'd
Yeah,
them.
we 3-0'd them. So
I think that was our second scrim as a team too. No, wait, was that the scrim when our top laner had no comm?
yeah,
And we
was-
won a
I think that was
45
okay.
comm game, like
Yeah.
for all the games.
Yeah, so a top lane couldn't speak.
Our
Yeah, I
top laner
remember it. I think
literally
that
was
was the
like
scrim.
full 5-man flashed into them, died, and we still won the team fight with no comms.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Look,
Listen, all right. For me personally,
I'm just messing around. I'm messing around. No
No.
hate to CB. I love CB.
no, for sure.
I mean-
he's had a questionable past.
Yeah.
But
true.
Uh,
CB tax.
CB,
Actually, wait, no.
CB
I hate
said
CB
BB.
because Excel got me into comp in the first place.
Look,
FF.
CB people are cool. They just had some bad shakes with some players. You know,
Yeah.
it
I
happens.
agree. It
know?
happens. It happens.
It
Every
hap- I
org
mean,
has their
To
issues.
some orgs, not all of them, but it happens. You know, so
Okay, well, I mean, IBS it's like almost every org.
look,
Everybody's
man.
trying too hard to be the best team, and they just don't. But clearly, anyways, for CB Aurora, because I've played, like obviously in a scrim not too long ago, and I've played against Cyclone and BOL. I've played against Spada multiple scrims, so at least those two. Oh, I also played a lot of in houses with Faithful Death. I don't know if she remembers me, but there was an in-house server that a lot of people used to play on, and I played like a bunch of games there. So yeah, I kind of seen this like parts of this team around, and individually, I would say they're like good. they're decent. But as like CZI said, I don't think they make that upper cut on the bracket. Like I think they make the middle pack. They're really good against bad teams. They're like they're the gatekeepers to
Yes.
playoffs. So if you beat them, you're playoff material, and if you don't beat them, then you're not playoff. Basically, like they're the 12th seed that'll make playoffs, in my opinion. But that's like they can just prove me wrong. Cyclone has grown a lot as a player, and he went from being a silver player to gold player to now plat 4 player.
Yeah.
So like just that improvement on its own in solo queue is should be pretty evident that he's definitely on a path to become a better player. And I don't know how much, as CJ was saying, I have no idea if this team is playing that much, but if they are practicing that much, that means they have the spirit to keep going, which means they should show up big in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this team is dedicated.
I mean,
Dedicated.
they're dedicated. I don't know how much it helps though. like,
What
Like,
So here's what I would add. My perspective on this team is, Cooper Ninja. He seems to be. I saw only a couple matches from him. He seems to
he's
be
the best player on that roster.
yeah. I think he's a very good mechanically. So playing at ADC, I definitely want to see how much he can do. But he's definitely looking pretty good overall with the game number of games he plays, the overall win rates in the champions. He's doing pretty okay. Cyclone also going for a lot of mechanical mid laners and having a good number of results. So I do give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he's gonna
Yeah.
be an interesting mid laner to watch. Um, my only concern is on this roster to make sure that like, because sure they will have that playoff potential, but how further can they go on playoffs? I think that
Yeah.
question is going to be answered by Espada's performances. Um, Spada, I think, although he goes for like carry champion, split pushes, I don't feel like he delivers most of the time. Um,
hmm
I don't think like he is the issue on the team. I just don't think he can do what he's supposed to do all the time, right?
hmm
Um, so I feel like I don't know how they're doing it with their streams, but if they shift towards a more team fighting from what I'm seeing on what they can play on OPGG, I definitely think they can go further. But I just think like they need to work out, how they can use Spada the best way possible. I think he has potential to be one of the, top 5 top laners, but I don't think
Yeah.
he's there yet.
I think, like being real, I think this team, like if they have everything figured out, they could definitely be a deadly team. I just
Yeah.
think they need to understand their style. I think they need to be consistent, and if once they get that under control, they could definitely start looking at towards like the top of the top. But like, I don't know. I think you definitely need to play towards bot this team. 'Cause I've seen Cool Pro Ninja play. I definitely think he's one of the stronger points on this team. I think he plays very consistently most of the time. I think Cyclone has improved a lot from BOL finals. Um, like obviously there's still a lot to go, but just him moving from IBS to gold, he's gotten a lot better. It's just everything needs to click for this team. They need to figure out what style they got to play. Are they going to be a top centric style with the Fioras? Are you going to put him on Ornn, put him on the Maokai, and then have your bot lane play like the hyper carries and let Cyclone do whatever the hell he feels like doing?
Yep.
I don't know, but I definitely they have a chance to really beat
So
people.
it's not a player issue. It's like it's a team cohesion issue.
Yeah,
right. So
exactly.
once they mesh, they'll be a contender.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
maybe.
they'll definitely make playoffs. But like Cam said, like when they get there and they got to play against teams who like
Or good,
I
right?
mean,
yeah,
I
who are a little
mean,
bit better. How will it go?
I mean, like to Cam's point, the thing with the Espada on split pushes, I think Espada is a very good top laner at beating the people who's below him, but when he has to swing up is where he really struggles, and like his champ pool
Yeah,
makes it rough for that because he's always going for the counter
Exactly.
pick, carry matchup, and if he's playing against somebody who's better, who's got better hands, he's not gonna come out on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really important because there's just so much what you can do when you're just better than your opponent, right? Oh, you're just mechanically better. You get your skills in, you dodge their skills, you trade better. But when you get a team that is more cohesive and more even that with yours, then your in-game decisions needs to be better, like how you play with your jungle. Hey, we need to punish this guy here because I need an advantage to do whatever on the map, right? Or your jungler needs to, oh, I'm getting invaded here, I need to trade for something in the bot or top, whatever the play is. So it becomes more of a mind game as the teams are more even, and it causes more pressure on you. Like, it requires more you to play the game when it's more even, right? So that's when you start separating, great teams from good teams, right? From your tier S, tier A teams from your tier B teams, right? Because B teams is for good, right? All the B teams are good teams. So what does it make the tier A teams better than them, right? It's gonna be like that special scenario where maybe maybe can be like a team play, or maybe can be like an individual play that oh, this guy got a pentakey, he just destroyed the team fight, we own the game, right? So that's how I see them. So they definitely need to work on that to go far and beyond,
Yeah, I can see a bright future for them though, if everything goes well.
for sure. Now this one I cause a lot of contempt, I guess that's the word, when I did my talks earlier. This is Litro Monkey's Gold with our lovely Okina in the top. I think he changed his IGN because
Yeah, he changed it back to big news.
Okay, nice.
Oh, it's
So
back
Wait,
to big
Okina's
news?
top?
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
Okina's top.
Interesting.
big
Interesting.
news.
Okay.
Okina top. Jesus Juice 13 jungle, Buried Donut middle, Versia bot, and Pinguinos support.
Yeah, Pink Penguin. This team has been together for a while. Like, they've been together longer than I think the Elysium team's been together.
Oh, that's interesting. So this is the kind of information that I didn't have, because I
Yeah,
only know Okina from Titans.
Yeah, so like this team, they're usually like really, really good. Like, in my opinion, Penguin is definitely one of the better supports in this league, like in gold in general. Um, Donut is really good. Jesus Juice is definitely like most of the times he
Jesus
plays,
Jesus.
he does not get enough credit. I'm pretty sure like he deserves to be like a top 5, top 3 jungler most of the time. He just doesn't get that opportunity. Like, he plays really well. I
So-
think, yeah,
No, I was gonna say like a lot of these guys are really good, and I've known Jesus Juice since he was like silver,
yeah.
and like he's just such a fantastic jungler, and I know his gold experience hasn't been like as dominant as it was when he was in silver, but when I say Jesus Juice was solo carrying teams when he was in silver, like that's not funny, and like he's actually JJ is like a major reason for like my own success because he gave me a lot of tips and tricks and stuff like that to be able to play carry junglers in comp, and like to me, I was able to learn a lot just from even just watching his games and getting tips and tricks from him. So it's gonna be fun being able to actually play against him for the first time for me, at least, right? So I'm really excited to play against Little Monkeys because I've seen that team do well, and I always predict them to do well, especially when I see them in like BOL or like different leagues. And I don't know what happens every time. So
It'd just be like
I have high hopes. I have high hopes this time.
I do too.
That's good. That's good.
I think.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like they swapped out their top laner they had last season because last season they went 5-2, made playoffs. They got knocked out by CB Hydra, but
Wonder
CB
why.
Hydra was kind of like the like
I wonder why.
yeah, we know. But yeah,
He who
they
shall not be
swapped.
named.
Yeah, they swapped off
Yeah.
for Okina in like I wonder how that's gonna be for the team.
Wait, Literal Monkeys?
Yes,
In what league? AGL?
yeah, AGL last season.
Oh, okay. Because Little Monkeys was also in BOL. I think that was like a totally different roster.
It was. It was.
Yeah, it was.
In BOL.
Okay, so for me personally, I think Little Monkeys, for not knowing a lot of the players, like I definitely know Okina, who's like a staple top laner,
Mhm.
probably like top 3, top 4 in his role, if not like better. So and then he's getting Jesus Juice as a jungler, who's really good on the carry picks.
Mhm.
and like I think everybody's seen him do really good on like previous seasons, as you guys were talking about. I don't know much about their mid and bot lane, but definitely if the top lane is able to get off the board, and like even if the bot lane is playing something supportive, that this team can just win through top side.
They can, but I mean, their bot lane is generally like one of the most like better. Like they're one of the better bot lanes I've played against. And
Yeah,
I
no,
genuinely
that's what
think
I'm
if you
saying.
just I get what you're saying, but
Yeah,
like Okina is a great top laner, and you also get this great bot lane. And I've ran into that issue before. You have like a lot of good players, so you got a
Mhm.
lot of cooks in the kitchen. Be like, who do you play for?
So
And
I think
sometimes that can become an issue, but I think they'll be
that's
fine.
like the biggest problem with quote unquote super teams,
Yeah.
that it's like you have so many good players and but only so many resources to give them, right? So who
Yes.
is going to be the one taking the L and be like, okay, bot lane saying let me play Seraphine, or top lane is saying let me play Ornn, because I'm good at the game, I can play whatever like you want me to play. But in
Well,
super teams, usually they're like, I'm good at the game, let me play my I don't know,
Yeah.
Dark.
That's
next
why
to the
teams.
top.
That's why
We
teams
we
sit
don't,
beside me because I'm dog shit, and I'll make sure we win.
Like who's gonna be able to suck up their ego and just like play for the
Exactly.
team?
Yeah.
And a lot of
That's
players don't
It's
know how
gonna
to
be.
do that.
It's gonna be
I don't think
big
they'll have
news.
that issue.
It's gonna be
If
big
there's a
news. This man's
if there's a
good.
super team
I think
out there
so.
that needs an ADC that plays Seraphine, hit me up. Yeah, continue. Can we were saying?
no, it's like, the ego check is definitely the thing on these super teams. Make sure that, hey, this game here, the draft's going away where, hey, we're gonna need to, put like a tag top duty, try to play, front to back, and maybe if you get like a red side and the draft is going good, then we're like, oh, you know what? Let's give a counter pick. Let's stop this side of the map. Let's do this. So
Yeah.
it's all about um balance, right? You need to find a balance um as a team, and I think most of the time that only happens when you have a team that understands each other, right? You have a group of friends or people that respect each other. They're like, hey, I think there's a good option here. Maybe I should pick up like a Sivir or Ezreal or Zaya and just, play for my ult, stay backwards, avoid, engage, stuff like that. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, we should talk about the next super team.
Exactly. And actually, this
This
is
is the super team.
so this team, Rocket Fellas, is one team that I am hyping up a little bit.
Yes,
I
I
am
love this
very
team. I
excited for
love
the
this team.
Bro,
I love.
Uh,
This
I
team, man.
love
I love these dudes.
Rocket Fellas.
These
I
guys are
played
great.
one scrim with these guys, and that was the most chaotic league I've played. Like, these
They're
guys would
great.
play anything and everything that they want to play. It's funny, and
No,
Yeah.
they do good on it. That's like the biggest thing is that they do good on it, and like them coming from Risen over to AGL is like
You
we'll
love to
see.
see it.
Yeah, you do love to see it. Also,
uh,
like you can judge the competition in both the leagues, right? Like because they're like a playoff contender team in Risen, so how they're gonna do here, and like their players are known to other players, and they're known for like a different kind of play style. So everything is like really hype about them.
Yeah, and the
dude,
one thing extra on these guys is I think this is the lowest ranked team that I think is going to perform at a high level. So these guys
Yes.
are like, they have a couple gold ones, but they also have a lots of silvers players, and I think they're gonna be performing closer to the mid pack team, just because of how well they're doing in Reason. And if they can translate that Reason performance to AGL, I think they're gonna find success. But obviously, it's gonna be on them to continue to show us that, hey, these guys are good. These guys are actually interesting and fun to watch and all that stuff, because they have some weird stuff happening on their
Yeah.
draft, so which makes things really nice.
I think my favorite part about Rocket Fellas, like I've played against them for like a while now.
bro, you played
Uh,
with them.
yeah, I played with them in
That,
houses the other
that was a
day. That was
chaotic voice call, but
I
that was
love it.
so
I
much
love
fun.
it.
It was
I
so
love
much
it.
fun.
Like
These guys are great.
just
These guys
talking with them is amazing. Like they're just like chaotic and
are
like
just fun as fuck.
yeah, they're just the type of guys like you could tell they've played together a while. They like play with each other and they like I don't know, they just have fun. And I think that's what a lot of people just like miss with the game. Like they play too seriously. They forget like it's a video game. We're trying to have a good time. They like draft with a fun style. They just like they're just in here to have a good time, and I think that's like such a cool thing. Like they roll swapped like there's a whole roster from last season, and last season they made Risen finals. So they're definitely a team that if you sleep on them, you're gonna get smacked in the mouth.
Yeah, no, this team.
And I
is
think
legit.
this team deserves respect, and they might not get it from a lot of people right now, just because of the fact they are risen grads and their ranks don't look the craziest. But if you play them, you'll see. Like, they're great people. Like you gotta respect them. You gotta respect them.
Who?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think they're gonna make a good impact on the league. Is they're definitely gonna get some quote unquote upsets. Um,
Yeah.
so very very interested to see how far they can go, and especially if they go towards playoffs, they can get that. I want to see, their climb, how far they can go.
The climb's gonna be really. I think the climb's gonna be interesting because I know they could play good, but the teams they got put against is kind of the rough part.
Oh yeah.
Like this group is not forgiving at all.
I mean, I
Like
think they could definitely make some upsets and be a fringe playoff team.
they can.
Like they
But
have the potential to do this.
they definitely do. But it's like when they went to they faced the Elysiums, the Clowns, the Auroras, the Novas. Like it just it gets a little bit sketchy, but I believe in them. I think they'll at least if you look at some games, you're like, oh, they definitely should lose this. They should win at least like half of those, in my opinion.
Now, changing gears to the next team. This team
Oh!
actually,
Yep.
it
Whoa.
just
Let's go,
had.
bro!
CZ, you ready?
Yo,
CZ,
they got him.
CZ, you ready?
So-
you ready?
They got the
You
kid.
ready? You ready?
Yo.
Yo. Let's go. Let's go. Run it down.
Yo, Cam, go.
Okay,
Go.
run it down.
They
I'm
get
so
outside the
confused.
boy.
Wait,
Run
what are
it
you guys
down.
talking about?
Just go,
What are you
just
guys
go.
talking
They
about?
can have the goat.
Hold on. So first of all, this team just made some massive changes in the last 10 minutes.
Oh, so did I. Chung, welcome to the team.
They pretty much swapped everything that the original roster sheet was, and now the next team, the forever goated team, is our ET New Moon team back in Reason.
So,
After they
first question to you, Cam. Why are they not ET?
Yeah,
forever?
Cam, what happened?
Yeah, what happened, Cam? What happened, Cam?
I don't know, dude. Taco coconut.
Come on, man.
was
You're
just-
really gonna drop the jungle MVP from like? Come on now.
So,
Yeah, man, the
so the
jungle
thing
MVP.
is,
Almost jungle.
Coconut also has an org, and I think he's entering with his org name.
Mm-hmm.
What I was talking with him earlier is I'm trying to get his team to continue the new Moon rise into Titans. So
Yeah.
bring into Titans the whatever new Divinity League is going to become for next fall. Now, said that, top lane is Downfall.
Mhm.
Jungle is Red Stepbro, aka
Yes,
Slappy.
sir.
Yep.
Mhm.
Middle
Oh,
The
is
bro. Whoa,
Vishwa.
he got promoted.
Bot is Coconut, IQ of a Coconut. Support is Ghost. I don't know if Ghost it is a different IGN. Oh, well, it's a different Discord name, so I think that's the only real difference between the Reason squad and the actual AGL squad.
Mhm.
My ratings for them was actually pretty low when they had the changes, when they had like the roster swaps, because Coconut was gonna play top, Downfall was gonna play mid, and Visha was gonna play AD carry.
Yeah.
And it would have like someone else play. I think Downfall would play jungle or something. So, with the swap, like with those role changes, like there's so many questions about how Coconut is gonna do as a top lane because he's an AD carry, right?
Mhm.
But if the one thing that's good for them is that they've been playing together for a long time, so communications will be easier. But
Mhm.
now that they're swapping back towards their original positions, I imagine this team will be a bit stronger than I originally rated. I would definitely need to see like how much stronger, but I definitely think they would be at the same level as Rocket Fellas because they were like toe to toe with Rocket Fellas. But outside that, that's where I would leave. I would definitely leave them mid pack fighting for the playoff.
Mm.
Alright, before CZ jumps in and starts talking his smack.
And destroy
I got
my other
my
team.
smack too. I gotta talk my smack too. Don't leave me
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, before you guys talk your smack, I'm just here for giving my input on this team. I think I've seen most of these players before. Obviously not Veer Sebra because he's only played in Risen. I haven't seen him with this squad before. Then
Mhm.
Risen, and he was talking mad smack about an Asian. You know how I feel about that, but whatever. Um, and Coconut is playing ADC now, which again, as you pointed out, he was playing top lane, and Downfall was playing ADC, which would have been interesting, but Downfall can play a lot of roles. I don't
Yeah.
know if he's good at any, but he can play a lot of roles. And I've seen him a lot of jungle, and I've seen him a lot of
Hmm.
ADC. But he's playing top now, which is interesting. Coconut's playing ADC. I don't know, but he's played ADC for ET before, so obviously he has some
Yeah, so I
experience
can
there.
I can give some feedback. Now the position as the roster says are the correct positions for them.
Yeah.
Coconut has been playing ADC for all different teams even before he came to ET. Vishwa is mid laner. He has played some AD carry for different teams as well, but he's like original mid laner. Stepbro is originally jungler, although he was playing something else. And same for Downfall, he's originally a top laner. So
Yeah.
those are
So
the original positions for sure.
for me, uh, personally, I feel like their top lane is probably not top 10. Their mid lane is probably not top 10 mids. And their bot lane, I've played against Ghost before in BOL, and now he's paired with Coconut. It's a hard thing because I do like Ghost and his playstyle, which is pretty aggressive, but I've not seen enough of Coconut to say that he's like a top 5 ADC, like bot lane in the game. So I would still not consider them top 10. Vishra has swapped roles plenty of times, but he's a mid main, so he's back on his mid lane. Um, but it's interesting. I think there's just better mid laners. So for this team to be successful, they'd have to be like good at what they're doing because all these role swaps that they've done previously hasn't really gotten them anything. Like Downfall, Visha have been together on TPO teams, and that hasn't gone too well for them. And I don't know about what's happening in Risen anymore. I just had that one drama thing. I saw that. Um, but I don't know if they're doing good in that. So if they are doing good in that, then that might be an indicator that they might be able to make playoffs in AGL.
I called it. They're gonna be a first round exit. I called that already.
Okay, so then that was my thing. I feel like Ghost is good.
Amethyst, GG.
Yeah, like they got paired up against either Amethyst or they're gonna get paired against Pearl, and it was just
That's
gonna
kind
be
of rough.
3-0'd.
Oh yeah. Well, talk your shit, Susie.
All right. So I got nothing against most of these players in this team. Vishwa, nice guy. I think he's actually a really solid mid laner. Like most of the people I talk to really like Vishwa. They think he's really good. I think he's really good. I think he's definitely out of like pure gold mid laners, I think he's all right. Like I think he's pretty solid. Coconut, very popular person. People like Coconut. Can't complain, It's Coconut, it's Coconut. Downfall, I played against him. He was fun,
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Nice guy. Pretty nice, good.
Mhm.
I haven't played against Ghost. Got nothing to say about Ghost.
I
But
played against Ghost. He's pretty. He's all right. I mean, we kind of stomped the team. I think just the team he was on was bad. But like, yeah.
All right, that's cool and all. But then we got the jungle MVP. We got Mr. Stepbro himself coming to AGL willing to trying to put down his flag saying he's gonna clap everybody. He got a hit list. He got you, and you. And he's gonna dominate with his goated champion. He's never lost a game in his life. Get out of here, bro. Yo, this guy is straight butt cheeks. And he is, you know what? Ooh, I gotta choose my words wisely. You know what? He's a great person, Maybe.
Maybe.
Look, I don't know how he got on this roster again. I don't know what led to that happening. That's none of my business.
How much you, Cam?
No, that's not on me. That again, this is a pre-made team before they came in, so I'd have no.
They're probably all friends. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Friendship's a great thing. Why him? Like, I don't know. You went into a Plat 4 league with this Silver 1 jungler, and it's like, okay, Risen is one thing. That's a starter league that people are like learning how to play the game. They beat my CCW team. Great job. That team was doomed.
That team was doomed
We
to start with. Dude.
sucked.
That team was doomed.
I take full, and I admit that. You know, my team sucked. But you got to go against, like, do they see the division? I mean, if y'all think they can make playoffs, I applaud y'all. I don't know. They don't beat Rocket Fellas. They don't beat Litmon. They don't beat Elysium. They don't beat Clowns.
They don't beat Nova. No Aurora. No Hydra.
I'm just here for the return of the Middle Sticks if Final Esports matchup with them. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'll be sitting in my clients waiting to spectate. Overall else, I mean, we'll see where they're at when playoffs come around. I pray for his teammates. You know? But what do I know? I'm not even in playoffs in Risen. I don't know anything, bro. I'm ass.
What do you know?
What do I know? What do I?
Jungle is the best champion.
Obviously, he knows something I don't, bro. Obviously, he knows something I don't. Because I'm still new to this amateur shit, bro. I'm dead ass like a year in, bro. Like he got it, you know. I don't know enough, I guess. I'm learning. Yo, come on now.
Man, I knew I said I was gonna talk shit, but it's nothing close to that. I was just gonna say I'm excited to face Downfall at some point, maybe. When I first joined comp, I was actually a top laner, and my jungler did some egregious things that we're not gonna talk about. Definitely should have been sent to jail for some of those things. And then I ended up having to first time jungle in comp, and I got all-star there, but
Nice.
I was supposed to face Downfall in the top lane, and I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna prove that I deserve top lane all-star too.
Hey man, maybe you get second or third. I pray for you, my brother.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get hopefully I hit playoffs. That's all I care about.
True.
So
That's all I
Hey,
I want to prove I'm not dog shit.
Nah, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
The thing is, with the way how the league is, since only 6 goes from each conference, it's not like
Oh, 6 go from each?
yeah. So it's gonna go from 6 from each conference.
That's forgiving.
Yeah. So
there's still 6 teams above them in this conference.
no, yeah. I mean, again, they will have to prove themselves. I'm just going for what they have showed so far, which wasn't too bad in Reason. I think they were definitely actually X and I. After the Rocket Fall series that we streamed, we talk about the points that they had, the good points that they had, the points that where we think they made mistakes, where they lost the game, things like that. I think they definitely had some improvement, but obviously I'm not into the whole Reason discussion, max all that kind of stuff. I know something happened because
Something happened already, man.
I know something happened because all of a sudden people start pinging me on the ETS chat in our Discord server saying, "Hey, we gotta scrim these guys, all that kind of stuff." Because we have Outrage also in that I think Amethyst team in Reason.
Yes, sir.
So there was a lot of things happening. I'm like, bro, what's going on? But yeah, fun stuff.
Hey man, fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No, it's content, right? That's what we want. It's content.
Yeah, it's content. Gotta love it.
We love it.
We love it. We love content. We need that.
Now, moving on to the next team, or the final 2 teams, we're gonna start. Oh shit! Let me fix this. So these 2 teams are also
what the fuck?
final IBS teams that we have.
What a plat?
Peak League of Legends.
Exactly.
Gold.
Yo,
Amateur.
honestly, ROTM, Star Nemesis, goated logo. They get points for that.
Yeah, they're good. I heard.
Fair. That's
What do
fair.
you
I'll give them that.
I heard they've been at org for a while now. Actually, I think they got like
No,
teams
they
like
have.
high elo.
They're normally like a really high elo
Yeah.
team, as far as I know. I actually Scrambles asked me to join this team a while back. He talk a big talk. I'll give him that. Now it's just to see if he can walk that walk. He's out here telling me he's willing to do anything to win.
Okay.
Actually, let me see if I can pull it up.
Anything.
Oh,
Hold on. He said,
Whoa.
Ruby gonna throw
Cheers.
some matches,
"Bottom
bro.
line
I'll
is,
be in.
hold on. To
Bro.
quote him, bottom line is, I never want to lose again. I want to put in the work. I want a coalition of the willing who love the process as much as the prize. And if we get beat, it won't be because they outworked us. We won't beat ourselves. If we lose, it'll only be because the other team was purely more talented. Because it's not always your day. Sometimes someone's just better. But it won't be for lack of putting out our best effort. Those are his words, by the way.
Hey, fucking man!
Amen.
I respect it. I respect it. I respect it. I respect it. However, I want to see that attitude actually be true. Everybody can talk. Everybody can talk. I can talk about putting in that effort to be the better top laner. He can talk about doing anything to win. But all that matters is actually going out onto that Summoner's Rift and showing what you got. Especially when you're the underrated teams. Especially when you got something to prove.
They're making playoffs. Enough said.
With that speech, he just needs to give that speech every time they play, and he's like,
Yo,
yes.
I'm just like, we need to make that a copy pasta.
That
Copy paste that
inspires,
shit.
man. That
Bro, can you copy
inspires.
paste that in
Literal chills, bro. My hair's just standing up, bro.
Wait. You want me to?
That needs to be a copy pasta,
Copy pasta, man. We need that.
Hold on,
bro.
I'll put it into the Twitch chat.
Bro, Middle Sticks. This Middle Six team is my new shining like Ooga Booga. That's all I'm saying. They Ooga Booga.
The Ooga Booga old team.
Yes, bro.
Hold on, there you go. There it is. There's the copy pasta.
Bro, bottom line
those are his
is,
words. Those are his words.
I never want to lose again. I fuck with that. Give me that more. I need that. I like that effort.
No,
You know?
I respect it.
I respect that a lot. I respect that.
I respect it.
I respect that.
Listen, all that talk, right? Now I want you guys to open their multi.gg.
Oh no, he's demoted from plat.
Transition. Oh man.
Listen. Good talk. You know, good speech. Good talk. I love that. But what's happening with your top man, bro?
I'm not going to lie.
I'm not going down this road.
I wasn't expecting this. I'm gonna still support them, but damn.
I didn't expect this shit either. I didn't expect it. I didn't know. I didn't know, guys. I didn't know.
You were talking all that shit, and I opened their multi.gg. I'm like, holy shit, what happened here?
Oh, this man thought he was gonna climb out of platform and got smacked with reality.
Guys,
Bro, everybody goes through a slump. It happens.
It happens.
Hold on.
Yeah,
But he said he's never gonna lose
Ask
again.
Cam. He knows.
He said he never wants to lose again. He said he never wants to lose again.
Yeah,
And then
but
their
you
entire team's the most.
didn't read the fine print. He said in comp, like it was in the,
Yeah.
it was in the contract. You gotta look deeper next time.
But, bro, that's the equivalent of saying like, yeah, but I got socks on. Like that's what you're going at right now.
Damn, man, that's rough.
Yeah,
All right.
a little sad. But listen, we've had how many IBS teams do we have so far?
We have
There's four. I think there's four. There's four.
There's four.
Four
Yeah.
total.
Yeah.
So
There's
Just-
four, not counting Rocket Fellas.
I don't know.
Okay.
They don't count their
I'm
goal
not
team.
gonna count Rockefeller.
Yeah,
so
they're gold.
They're gold team.
count
They're
Townfall's
gold
team.
so yeah. Okay. So this team is definitely like they already have one like P4 player or had a P4 player. So they're definitely better. Like on paper, could be better than the other IBS teams. It's just I don't think they break the top 16. I think they're like the bottom, probably better than the other IBS teams. So like I don't know, 15, 16 position. But he said he didn't want to lose ever again. But he's not been winning on his solo queue games. 10-game loss. Oh my god, this guy needs help.
I'm praying for him mentally.
Bro, he went from
He's on a
silver-
10-game loss streak.
Yeah, he went from gold 4 to silver 3, bro.
I know that shit hurts too, bro.
He going through it. He going
I know
through
that
it.
hurts.
He is going through
This
it.
man's
I
playing
know
Juice
that
World.
hurts.
This man's playing Juice World at 3 a.m. queuing up for solo queue.
Bro, no. It's deeper than Juice World. It's got to be deeper than Juice World. On
Man,
a
it's
gotta
10-game
be
loss
deeper than
streak?
Juice
This man is
Bro,
insane, bro.
he's listening to Hello Darkness, my old friend.
This is
They
like
have-
low fire at 4 a.m. Like
If they're
Jesus.
gonna win any games, it's going to be through their bot lane. Like they seem
Has
to
to
be
be.
the more consistent of the team. So yeah, which again the supports most players champion is Jinx, so whatever.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean
I'm praying
the
for them.
logo's good. Listen. We said logo's
Logo's
good.
fantastic.
Fire,
Yeah,
logo.
it's the middle six, you know, the crit sticks.
Love
and
middle
the
six.
middle
And it's
sticks and
old
everything.
school middle six too.
Yeah, old
You
school.
know?
Yeah.
They got
Also,
taste.
no fiddle.
Wait,
They're
I
admiring the classics.
heard about Smitty. I don't know how good he is though. He's a sub. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, not high hopes for this team, but definitely better than the other IBS is what I would assume.
I have hopes for this team.
Yeah.
High? I don't know about that, but I'm hoping.
Okay.
Maybe it's prey, and I don't know.
Yeah. And then the
Shit.
Flano Esports. I mean, I don't think they're doing. So here's the thing. I don't think Flano's doing any good compared to Return of the
Oh,
Middlesticks. I actually
Hell
think
no.
Middlesticks is going to do quite okay. Because they have a pretty strong bot lane compared to everyone else. And the good thing is these two teams they do not have fillers, right? They not have
Yeah.
someone playing on the other row. So that those are good things. So they can actually have a chance of doing a bit better than their counterparts. Plus, they get to face each other, so they can actually get a series victory because they face each other. So there's also that.
I mean, they play the game a decent amount too.
They got a cool
I-
logo too, man.
Yeah, I like their logo. I like flannel. So
Yeah, Flannel's dope.
very nice
Flannel's dope.
thing. But I look at their OPs and I look at the champs and like their mid plays Aurelia and their silver 3. The top plays Riven.
What does that mean?
How good is that though?
It is what he's saying.
That's what I'm
Her
saying.
Riven's okay. Her
Dude,
Riven's
no.
okay.
So here's the
Oh,
thing.
It's silver. It's okay for
he's-
silver. It's okay.
It's
for
okay
silver.
for silver, but look where we're
Oh,
at. Like read the room.
I know. Okay, so I'll speak my piece on it.
Yes.
Because I actually
IBS
watched all these
expert.
guys
Okay,
and
so before
Yeah,
before
IBS
you do,
expert.
before you do, let me share this
Okay.
with you, right? So
Yeah.
until April this year, I was hard stuck in between Gold 3 and Gold 2, right? Hard stuck, I could not get, and I had like what 300, 400 games, right? Last year, I had 3 accounts where I played different roles, right? So I did a match. So I played in one account, top lane. I was doing Riven one trick, right? I'm not the best Riven player. I'm trash at Riven, like trash, horrendous. I was able with 50 games in Riven, I was able to get from like Silver 4 all the way to like Gold 3, right? So I'm a trash Riven player. I'm old, slow hands, slow brain, whatever you can say. But if you're playing that mechanical champion at extremely low level, I think you should try something else.
Look, that's cool and all. But if you don't put that shit out, put shit down, pick up Shen or something, bro. Like, bro, Shen is so broken. I played him so much early in the season. That champion is literally gross. You don't have to think. You don't have to play the game correctly. You just click R when it looks good, and you win the game. Like, top lane is so useless. You don't gotta play Riven.
So-
Speaker piece.
Yeah. So they're actually keeping the same bot lane as they did in the silver, which I think that their bot lane was probably like their stronger part of their team. Like that mid to bot was like the stronger part of the team. But again, you're talking about a team that like didn't make playoffs in silver.
Huh?
With the only change being that actually no, wait, sorry, I'm actually looking at this wrong. Their mid laner went to jungle and their ADC went to mid, and they have a different ADC.
Okay.
So I don't
go ahead.
have. I'll be honest. This is the team that I'd put at the bottom of the entire
everything?
of AGL. I love them. They're great people. Flannel's been a great organization. I follow them on Twitter. I talk to them regularly. But man, they are not gold players. They do not belong here. Blood thinks they belong at AGL. No. Go to BOL or something. This is not the league for you. This is not the league for you. I have to be here. And that's why I'm here. These guys do not need to be here.
Nah, here's what I'll say about Flannel. Like they might lose every game they play, right? But as long as like if they come out learning something from this experience and like grow as players and like actually like learn more about the game and at least don't like full tilt themselves and have fun playing together, this is going to be a good experience for them.
Yeah, I can
Like,
respect that.
They're definitely
From an
swinging way
experience
above their
standpoint.
class, but like if you guys come in with the mindset of hey, we ain't winning, let's get the experience.
Yeah.
Get all the experience you want.
See, honestly,
Yeah.
I'm down for that. Like, I know we talk a lot of shit about like the silver players, champ pools, and all that, but on a real note, being a silver team and joining a P4 league takes a lot of guts.
That's
Yeah.
balls, man.
Yeah,
lot
and
of
like you're
I
going in
mean, the
here
question
already knowing that it's gonna be a tough time. It's like a fresh plat player going to a plat league. That's rough.
Some
Yeah.
But
real
you're going there
shit.
understanding that you're going there to understand how the game plays and learn from it. So I can respect them for that. I hope they do somewhat good. I hope they learn a lot, and I hope they actually take each game as a lesson.
Yeah, and that's what
I hope
I
so too.
mentioned about, as an IBS team, you're going for, a league that's way higher than what you used to, then you just need to have the mindset that you're gonna get shafted every game, and that's not like to blame anybody, because if you're a Go team, right? Let's say you're like an average Go 3, Go 4, Go 2 maybe, and you try to go for a plat team, for a plat league like P1 or D4 cap, you're gonna get shafted, dude. You're gonna get destroyed
Mhm.
in lane, in game, with everything. It's the same thing. So, uh, if there is any player from this, from these IBS teams that is on the chat, or that watch the videos that I put out, don't be
Mhm.
discouraged from it. Obviously, we're making fun, having fun, some here and there, but it's gonna take time. And if you do pay attention to your games, review them as you go, you probably will learn a lot more than you would do on your solo queue, and that can really help you to breach or go across that breach, right? Make sure that you go
Yeah.
like, okay, now I understand how these guys play at this level, what I should know, and you just need to catch up with a few things probably on mechanics, but outside that, you're probably going to do just fine.
Okay, I
Yeah.
do have a little bit of scoop
Ooh.
for Flannel. I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but I think I saw a video from their coach after the ASL split was over, and they were talking about how they had a lot of roster swaps, how they had a lot of roster problems in general, and how the players were trying to adapt to the roles that they had to fill in, basically, because they couldn't find players a lot.
Mhm.
Um, and then how they improved during. I don't like if I can find the video, I'll probably send it. If anybody from Flannels here, if you know what I'm talking about, feel free to send that in AGL chat, I guess, or wherever. I don't remember what's
So
whatever.
I actually have their stats right now. There were a couple of roster swaps, but for the most part, it was consistent. Like
I'm
they
just going
had,
off what they said in their video, but obviously I didn't follow ASL at all, right? Like I have no
yeah, yeah,
idea.
yeah, yeah,
I have
yeah. I think
no dog in the game, but bottom line is that from that video, it seemed like they were improving, and
they were improving. They were improving
so
throughout the split. So
so if that is a trend that they were able to improve as a team and probably retain some of the members and then go on from there, still don't think that they will be able to punch almost 2 divisions higher than most of their players. But again, as like everybody here is saying, take this as like a learning opportunity. See what you're lacking in, if you're lacking in anything, and then take like a positive note. So if they've already done this before, where they've taken notes and made progress with losing, then it's definitely a good way to integrate yourself into a higher league and just try to like play a bit higher and see if you can even if you make playoffs, that's huge by the way. And that's like everybody wants to be a playoff team, but not everybody's going to be a playoff team, right? Like
Mhm.
everybody thinks they're like, oh, we're the goats, but at the end of the day, there's only well in this league, 12 teams are making it. But if you are one of those 12 teams out of the 22, then that's like already a huge thing from that anybody's expecting. So yeah, and huge props to the person who made that video and he was the coach, I think. So
yeah,
yeah,
Quintek.
go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say his name's Quintek, the coach.
Oh, yeah, they couldn't take the code. Yeah, so huge props to that guy, and hopefully you guys are still improving, learning, and getting better at the game. And like now that I remember this, I have more of faith in Flannel than the other IBS teams. So I said
Yeah.
Molten was the top 4 of them, then I guess Flannel is probably higher than them. So again, they're pretty close to the playoff bracket, which is 12 teams. So if they can make top 12, that's kind of huge. But yeah.
Yeah. Shout to Flannel.
Shout out to Funnel.
So
Great
Alright.
Twitter page.
these are all 22 teams of the league. And dude, we almost did 3 hours. That's lovely. We have a good amount of people in the chat, about 24 people right now. So I just want to appreciate everybody. But I don't want to keep too long here. But before we send out, I do just have a couple things that I want to shout out and make sure that everybody's aware. Um, so first of all is games to watch. If if you're looking for bangers, expect these games that's gonna happen to be like great games to watch. So from the arcade conference, week 2, CB Aurora against Elysium Omen, and you also have the Forever Golted versus Rocket Phallus rematch
Mm.
on week 2. Week 5, you got Clown Gaming against Catalyst. Week 7, Clown Gaming against CB Aurora. Also, really nice matches to watch. Um, from the industrial side, I have a couple one that I noted here that's going to be also pretty nice. Week 2, going boosters against Kraken. So something really nice to watch. Week 3, we got Worth versus Dynasty Ruby. Week 4, Dynasty Ruby versus ETS. And finally on week 5,
Ooh.
ETS versus Worth. Also a good match to watch. Um, with that being said, gentlemen, do you guys have any other comments that you want to bring? Any predictions you want to make? Anything you want to say extra that we haven't talked about? Because I don't want to keep you guys. It's almost 11. I don't want to keep you guys forever. So I just want to know, what are your thoughts overall? Oops.
I'd like to prove everybody's predictions about TA Exodia wrong. There you go.
Nice.
There you go. Let's get
That's
it.
what I'm gonna leave it on. That's
Let's
what I'm
go.
gonna leave it at.
For me, I just want everybody to enjoy playing in the league. Like last season was my first time playing at Aegis, and I had a great time. Aegis usually has great banter. People usually all talk to each other, and it's like a great time as long as you interact. So like, don't be afraid to interact with one another. For everyone, this is our first time in here. Just enjoy it, have a good time. All the IBS teams, try your best, play your hardest every time, and I just hope we all have a great split. Let's pray for no comp rulings.
Amen.
Please.
For sure.
Amen.
Amen.
What you
But yeah,
getting at?
for from me, I think there's definitely some really interesting teams that, like, for me, are the big unknowns. Then, like, I'm really looking forward to see them, how they're gonna improve or like show up in this league. Because again, you can always talk about the people you already know about and you've seen them play, but then it comes to the people who have never played. Like, I've been that player or the team that was like, oh, this team is probably like a bottom tier team. Nobody knows anything about these players, and then we have consistently done decently, like making playoffs, etc. So yeah, any IBS team or any team that I said were like middle, bottom tier, or whatever. It's just because I don't know a lot about those guys, and it's mostly just looking at Europe.gg. So when it comes to comp games, it's definitely different, and I'm really, really, really interested because this AGL season hasn't even started yet. I mean, we're already
Mm-hmm.
talking about these teams. We're already trying to get to know them, and hopefully this continues. And special thanks to Cam for setting this up
Hell yeah.
and
Yeah.
bringing us over and letting us talk our talk, especially CZ. 'Cause he's
Yeah.
been
What did I
talking
do?
mad
What did I do?
shit. but yeah, so thanks Cam for already starting off the split strong, and hopefully we can get more people in here, more opinions, more topics to be talked about, and then as the league goes on, we'll get to see which team is the best team
Oh
after
yeah,
all.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good luck to every team. If you're watching, even if you're not watching, I hope the best.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm looking forward for that Dynasty versus ETS week 4, for sure.
You should be.
Oh yeah, one of the things that I definitely gonna do is we're gonna be uploading this podcast on our YouTube. If anyone that didn't watch and want to catch up, at least just have like put it on your back, have some fun with the early comments. Chelsea was lovely early on. The other thing that I just want to share real quick is we're gonna be actually starting a more an actual schedule for our games since we have so many teams playing Aegis this summer. So stay tuned. We're gonna be streaming AML on Tuesdays, with our Penumbro and Blood Moon teams. So if you want to catch up, watch out. Just come. We will be online. And on Fridays, we also gonna be streaming ETS path in AGL. So there's a lot to do. Hopefully, I get to see some of you guys coming back to see how it's going, and we're gonna try to cover all the games for ETS. Make sure that we have that we can actually do this. I will think more about doing more regular podcasts. It was lovely to have everyone here. This was the peak of the peak that we had. We had like 35 people on average, so that was awesome. A lot of fun. Thanks, CZ. Thanks, Aris, Chong, Dark, Chelsea, who was here earlier. It was amazing to have you guys here. And if we get a chance to do a weekly podcast, maybe it's not gonna look like the one we did with Titans, where we had the games to show off, replays, stuff like that. But at least have some talk and see how these teams are going. It would be nice. I'll take a look, see how possible that is, and also if there's any interest from the community. And I will definitely share on AGL content and the AGL general chat. So again, thanks everybody. Much appreciated your time here. This was amazing again, and good luck to everybody. Good luck to all teams. The better team, wins everything, and I hope ETS is that one. But good luck to everyone.
Hey, yo, wait a minute. Hey,
He had
wait,
to
wait,
slip
my
it in. He
bracket
had to
chip.
slip it in. Come on now.
Whoa,
Like,
I-
you couldn't
I
wait.
gotta
You
do
couldn't
some,
wait.
I gotta do some ads here, man. We're trying to go for our first chip, so you gotta make that count. So,
Hey man, I respect game.
all right. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night. Enjoy your week, and take it easy. Actually, before I finish off, I'm just gonna rate somebody to make sure that you're doing something nice, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Be
I'm
nice.
being a nice guy. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. Let
I'm
me.
kind of go to like that. It's kind of crazy.
His channel's social credit, his org social credit just skyrocketed from that one.
Bro, he's like, we should do something nice. Or he was like, oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that ET's
ETA?
ET's rating us. Oh my
Exactly, man.
god.
Bro
I'm
knows
so
how to play the
flustered.
game.
All right, let's do this guy, this person. Oh,
This dude.
Fofi Sports. Let's go for Fofi Sports.
Both
So
esports. That's crazy.
have a good night, guys. I'm sending the chat to Fofi Sports. So if you guys want to stay there and watch, nice. If not, lovely. So we're going 3, 2, 1, boom.
Big boom. Shoot. That was a long ass podcast.
Hey, but it was fun as